keep an eye on tonight, 36 in white.
Meantime, for Logan Elm and head coach Terry Holbert, they also are relying on their defense. A big reason they picked up their first win of the season last week was the play of the guy who mans the middle of that defense, and that's Maiquan Wall.
Yeah, he's one of the seniors on a very young defense for this team. Everybody looks up to him. He's a player that not only plays linebacker, but he'll play every snap of special teams as well. Very integral part of this football team.
Should be a fun one tonight. We're in the Mid-State League, and we're happy to have you with us here this evening for Bloom-Carroll and Logan Elm. It's Toyota Friday Night Rivals, and it's brought to you by D.R. Horton.
Raise this. Lower my bottom first.
The bottom part?
Yeah, bottom.
Down here?
Yep.
Bloom-Carroll and Logan Elm meeting here this evening. Bloom-Carroll has won the last 9 meetings between these two Buckeye Division rivals here in the Mid-State League. Let's take a look at tonight's coin toss, brought to you by Hilliard Lawn and Garden. They are the proud sponsor of tonight's coin toss. Bloom-Carroll has won the toss and elected to defer, which means the home team, the Braves of Logan Elm, will get the football first tonight on just a spectacular night for high school football here in Pickaway County. Down to the sidelines, and we say hello for the first time this evening to Kellyanne Stitz.
Hey, Marty, Coach McKinney had to make some changes to his offensive line tonight. When I spoke with him pre-game, he mentioned that 76th left guard Quentin Horn is out, and he plans to move center Warren Rollins over in Quentin's place. And even though they've had to shift things around on the offensive line, he's still confident that his line will hold strong tonight against Logan Elm.
Kellyanne, thank you. We welcome Todd Bell to the broadcast tonight. He's the voice of the Ohio Dominican Panthers, and of course you hear his voice on the OHSA radio network and so many other places as well, too, across the state of Ohio covering high school football. Good to see you, my friend. When you're juggling around your offensive line, it's good if you're Bloom-Carroll to have a guy they consider to be their best offensive lineman in Warren Rollins up front.
Yeah, so Warren Rollins, who's a guy who has an over 4.0 GPA, his best offensive lineman moves, as Kellyanne said, to center, to guard. But now you're putting a sophomore in Ben Sebastiano at the center position. They're happy with his progress, but it'll be interesting to see tonight how that sophomore handles the start at the center position.
He's a guy that head coach Jeremy McKinney said has been a pleasant surprise for us this year. The 6'1", 266-pound sophomore Ben Sebastiano. Logan Elm will get the football to start this one tonight. This is the Buckeye division of the Mid-State League. Bloom-Carroll comes in at 4-2 on the campaign after a win last week over Fairfield Union, 17-7, while Logan Elm enters tonight's game off of their first win of the season last week. They beat Liberty Union 21-14. Back deep to receive the kick tonight for Logan Elm, the dangerous Connor Kent, who ran one back 85 yards last week for a touchdown. And also back deep for Logan Elm is Aiden Hartley, their standout freshman running back. He is flanked to the far side with Connor Kent to the near side. We are ready for football tonight. Again, just a spectacular evening here in Pickaway County. Bright skies tonight, moon, cloudless skies.
The calendar says October, but it feels a little bit like August. We're in the mid-80s again in central Ohio today. And these guys have got to be thinking, when is fall camp ever going to end? It's week 7. Come on, let's go.
A little bit of humidity in the air as well, too. Rusty Hutchinson approaches the football. We're underway tonight. The end-over-end kick will angle to the near side where it's Connor Kent fielding it on a big hop at the 15-yard line and then gets planted out across the 20, and that's where Logan Elm will put their offense onto the field, led by a junior quarterback, Austin Holbrook. 6', 185-pound junior enters tonight with 962 yards passing, 6 touchdown passes, as you see his resume right there. 8 interceptions, though. They'll have to limit the turnovers against a team that specializes, Todd, in creating turnovers.
Yeah, they've got 14 takeaways. They had 5 takeaways against Jonathan Alder in one of their games earlier this season. You mentioned the 8 interceptions by Holbrook. He's also put the ball on the turf 4 times running it, so they got to take care of it this evening.
Logan Elm will have the football as we get things started here tonight. We're glad you're with us here on the CW Columbus and wherever you're checking us out. High school football, hard to believe it is week number 7. Back to throw right away is Holbrook and comes to the near side, and a quick flare to the near side. One of his favorite receivers, Tyler Polby, 6'5", 185-pound senior, who makes his 18th catch of the season. If we take a look at the starting lineups tonight, there's that Logan Elm defense. Todd talked about Mike Waugh in the middle right there for that defense of Logan Elm when they get their chance to get on the field here in a moment. There's their offense. And again, the freshman running back, Aiden Hartley, has really stepped up of late. Comes in with 259 yards rushing. Here's the quarterback, Holbrook, being hit around the 25-yard line and spun down after a short gain. Line of scrimmage was the 23, picks up a couple. That'll bring up a third down for Bloom-Carroll. Holbrook, 6', 185-pound junior. 248 yards rushing as well, too. There's the Bloom-Carroll defense. Aiden Schultz in the middle of that. Another pretty good one is Weston Kappas, who's a returning starter, a 2-year starter. Jalen Klein, also a 2-year starter. Lincoln Miller, a returning starter. Zach Chambers, a returning starter. You kind of get the drift right there. They've got a lot of returnees on that side of the ball. Facing a 3rd and 7. We're about a minute and a half into this one here tonight. They'll put Zane Zeimer in motion. Here's a good catch on a high throw that's yanked out of the air, and a good leaping grab for a Logan Elm first down as Connor Kent, the 6'1", 175-pound sophomore, makes his presence felt right away. First down, Logan Elm.
Strong throw by Holbrook, and I love how Connor Kent gets up into the air, grabs it with the hands, pulls it in, secures it, makes sure that he hangs onto the football. A early 3rd down conversion here for Logan Elm. Very important. In a game like this, Marty, you're going to want to shrink the game. You're going to try and possess the football. Good to get a first down on their opening possession.
Pick up a 15, Christian Ball in on the stop for Bloom-Carroll. He's a 6'3", 179-pound senior. It was a good throw by Holbrook. It was a bit high, but Connor Kent, with that athletic ability, able to snatch it out of the air and come down with the first down. Holbrook will roll to the near side with pressure on and gets the football to the near side, but short. And Todd, that was all caused by the pressure that time.
Yeah, Carson Drury, number 55, and Lincoln Miller, 33. Couple of defensive ends in his 3-4. They shot through immediately. A late attempt by Dowdy to try and kind of get a little bit of chip block. Holbrook had no chance off balance. Throw was short.
Weston Kappas and Carson Drury. Drury, a 6'2", 219-pound junior, 24 tackles on the season. 2nd down and 10 for Logan Elm. Game is almost 2 minutes old. The Buckeye division is where we find ourselves tonight here on Toyota Friday Night Rivals in the Mid-State League. High snap, and here's a toss to Hartley, trying to find some running room, but finds nothing but a bunch of Bulldogs waiting for him as he took that high toss and is planted immediately by David Mullen, one of the outside linebackers.
Marty, that'll be his 5th tackle for loss. Too many missed blocks up front. He's going to catch the pitch, and immediately the freshman, he's got Bulldogs surrounding him all over the place. Left side of the line, out on the outside of wide receiver, just missed blocks. Easy defensive tackle there by David Mullen.
Play loss 4, so it brings up a 3rd and 14 now. There you get a good look at David Mullen, 6'2", 181-pound senior. Remember, this is the program, Bloom-Carroll. It's just 3 years removed from playing for a state championship when they lost to Canfield back in December of 2022. So there's still some talent from that team. Here's Holbrook back to throw. Protection breaks down. He's in trouble. Will heave it to the near side, and Bowlby made the catch, but he was out of bounds.
Wow.
That was Connor Kent who went airborne and snatched that one down, but wasn't able to get a foot down. And so Logan Elm, after an initial gain of a first down, will have to punt the football away.
Yeah, and again, immediate pressure on Holbrook. Never had a chance to look for anybody. Again, it was Lincoln Miller, who's got 7 sacks this year. Look at this catch. With one hand, it actually hit the ground.
Yeah.
Couldn't quite keep a foot in bounds either. But either way, strong arm by Holbrook, almost a great catch by Connor Kent.
Connor Kent showing some serious ups here early in this game, isn't he? Man, he got way up there on the 15-yard gain and on that one. On to punt the football away is the freshman Hartley, averaging 29 yards a kick, and this will be fielded at the 32-yard line by Bloom-Carroll. Rusty Hutchinson, who does all the kicking, all the returns. A flag comes flying in as he carries out across the 40. And with 9:02 left, we have our first penalty flag of the night. And this look at the flag is brought to you by the U.S. Army. Uncover your potential in the United States Army.
Hard to have a special teams return without a yellow hanky finding its way onto the grass, as we do have a grass surface here tonight.
Illegal block in the back, number 26 on the receiving team. 10-yard penalty, 1st and 10.
That's referee Dan Strain with the echoing call of the penalty.
Going to erase what would have been a really good field position out near the 41-yard line. They'll end up taking it back inside the 30.
Bloom-Carroll will put their offense on the field. And when they scrimmage at the 30, they'll have a first down. And they'll look at the first down sponsored by our friends at Buckeye State Bank. There's Matthew Klein as he throws the football, 475 yards this season. But he has also been picked off 3 times this year. Limited rushing attempts this year. He has some talent around him in that backfield. Kyson Klein is a good running back, and he'll throw the Hutchinson near side, makes the catch, and turns upfield across the 35-yard line. He's a good one, Rusty Hutchinson, 5'7", 165-pound senior. Jerry McKinney says he's explosive. He's a big play threat for us. And on first down and 10, he gets out to the 38 to pick up a 8.
I like the play action on first down, and they get Hutchinson out in space. You mentioned he's an explosive type player. Not very big. It's just 5'7", but 22 grabs coming in. I like how they get him the football early on and a big pickup on first down.
Had a half dozen catches in their game with Jonathan Alder for 61 yards. They'll give it to Kason Klein, his first touch of the night. He dives near the first down marker at the 40. And looks like it was good enough. We'll wait and see. That's just a bit shy, apparently, here. Well, now they make the signal that it is a first down. There's the Bloom-Carroll offense tonight. And, again, some changes on that offensive line. We talked about Warren Rollins moving from center to left guard. Ben Sebastiano takes over the center spot. Landon Hansel is now the left tackle. And Dylan Fry operates at the right tackle spot for Jeremy McKinney's Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs. 4-2 overall in the season. They've won their first 3 Buckeye Division games.
Just getting the change set right now, as you had mentioned. The head referee had signaled first down. The chain gang was a little late to react, so they're just now getting them set. That's why we have the slight delay. There's a great look at Kason Klein, and Coach McKinney said, here's a guy that in JV games last year on Saturday was almost like watching a video game, right? You and I used to play Tecmo Bowl, right? Nobody could tackle Bo Jackson. I think that's how it was with Klein, and now he's making the impact here at the varsity level. He'll be closing in on 1,000 yards after it tonight.
I never played Tecmo Bowl.
What?
I played hockey. My son and I would play video hockey all the time, and I would just get waxed every single time. So,
Jesse Tuggle was the best defensive player for the Falcons. Nobody could tackle Bo Jackson. I'm disappointed. They've moved the chains back, by the way.
Yeah,
they're going to make it
did,
third down.
Huh. So they're going to take a look at this here and see if they get a measurement. We're going to get our first measurement in probably all season that we've been doing these games here tonight. It is a real grass surface, natural turf here at Logan Elm, and it is in pristine shape. We were down
it's outstanding.
on the field walking around before the game. There's Terry Holbert, Logan Elm head coach. They'll bring the chains from the opposite side.
Well, we've had good weather on our Friday nights. Whether it doesn't matter if it's turf or grass. Haven't had one of those rainy nights. We haven't had one of those tropical storms or hurricanes come blowing in and make a real messy Friday night for us.
It is going to be by the tip of the football a first down.
That's what our head referee said in the first place.
So we just wasted about 3 or 4 minutes right there.
Well, we can talk more about Techno Bowl if you want. I'm so disappointed. I appreciate the hockey aspect of it, but come on, Marty. The repeating hut about 95 times. See, Jason knows. It's my guy over here. Regretting this decision yet?
First down, every moment of it. First down and 10. Here's Matthew Klein to throw far side. This is Hutchinson making the catch, trying to spin out of a tackle attempt at the 44. And a nice job over there by Logan Elm. Cam Ebert, the 5'11", 175-pound senior. His first season of football. Did a nice job with an open field tackle right there and slowed Rusty Hutchinson down to just a 5-yard gain at the 45.
Couple of fumble recoveries for the senior this season. Good baseball player here for the Braves, making a good open field tackle.
Second down and 5. We're 4 minutes into this one here tonight. Now we get an official's whistle. Bloom-Carroll with Matthew Klein operating the controls at quarterback. There's a chance at some point in the game tonight we'll see Parker Couch, a transfer student, a 5'10", 176-pound senior. But Matthew Klein took over the controls from a pretty good one at Bloom-Carroll, set a number of school records. Ethan Thanthanavong, who is now at Defiance College, having a great season there, but he set a lot of records and was a heck of a quarterback. And here's Klein, Kaisong Klein with the carry. He rumbles into Logan Elm territory to the 45, from 145 to the other 45 and a first down.
Marty, he's averaging 6 yards per carry, the 8 touchdowns this season. Great hole opened up on the left side of the line for him.
There's that Logan Elm defense. Mike Waugh in the middle, Connor Kent, Tyler Bolby, Aiden Hudson. And we introduced you to Cam Ebert a moment ago. It's a group that, as head coach Terry Holbert said, getting better and better. They allow just 43 yards per game through the air, 136 on the ground. Here's Kaisong Klein taking the handoff and trying to struggle out of a couple of tackle attempts. A lot of guys wearing red were right there. This play will get likely just back to the line of scrimmage.
Sophomore Bryson Parrish hit Klein, ended up going to the ground, but grabbed a hold of his ankles and just wouldn't let go and allowed the rest of the Braves to get there. And you'll see right there, the tackle grabs a hold of the ankles, and then there is Mike Waugh to come over there and apply his first big hit of the night, the guy who leads his team with 46 tackles.
And Todd, so often that's all you have to do is just slow down the momentum and allow help to arrive. Play did gain 1 to the 44.
Play to the whistle, gang tackle, try and strip the football.
Bloom-Carroll with the football. Week number 7 of the high school football season. Kaisong Klein. And a flag comes flying in as Klein goes down at about the 42-yard line of Logan Elm.
We're going to get our first holding call of the night. It's going to go against Bloom-Carroll. So opportunity here for the Brave defense to back them up into second and long.
Holding offense number 50, 10-yard penalty for the previous squad. Repeat, second down.
Dan Strain is the referee. Don Porter is the umpire. Chuck Votley is the line judge. Steve Carson is the head linesman. And Rick Mead is your back judge in tonight's matchup.
Sebastiano, the sophomore center who's taken over tonight, got dinged for that penalty.
Ball moved back to the Bloom-Carroll side of the midfield stripe, back to the 46-yard line. Here's Matthew Klein to throw in a dart to the far side, and it's caught by Kelton Kirkpatrick, who then works up the sideline and is brought down shy of the marker far side. That was a pass that had a lot of zip behind it. Kirkpatrick with a nice catch that turned upfield.
6'2", love his size, and Ebert's going to run him out of bounds, shy of the first down line to gain. But Kelton Kirkpatrick, he is a player that you can get out into space, use his size, and they get a lot of that penalty yardage back.
Now flags come in. They picked up 15 on that, and they are still shy of the first down. Clock stop. We're almost halfway through this first quarter. And again, this check of the penalty brought to you by the United States Army. Uncover your potential in the U.S. Army.
Dead ball foul, encroachment, number 52, defense, 5-yard penalty, third down.
That'll move the football inside the 35 to the 34.
Correction, first down.
Keys to tonight's game for both of these teams in this Buckeye Division matchup in the Mid-State League. For the visitors from Bloom-Carroll, well, obviously they have to stop the run, and the way that Aiden Hartley's been carrying the football of late, you want to keep an eye on him. And force turnovers. Todd mentioned earlier, 14 through the first 6 games of the season, and they've cashed a lot of those into points. For Logan Elm, they have to build on that momentum from last week and also get the ball into the hands of their playmakers. Bloom-Carroll with the football. while scrimmaging on a 1st and 10, and they picked up another first down as a pass complete again to Kirkpatrick, who came into the game with 1 catch, has 2 already here on this drive.
So on 3rd and 4, a hard count, got him a first down. Then on 1st down, again, they go back to the air. The play action, they hit Kirkpatrick again. Bowlby will make the tackle, but back-to-back first downs now for the Bulldogs.
Pickup of a dozen as we roll under 6 minutes in quarter number 1. Bulldogs 3-0 in the Buckeye division of the Mid-State League, a division they have either won or shared each of the last 7 seasons. Here's Matthew Klein rolling to throw, and again fires into congestion, and a good catch by Hutchinson, and he is knocked out of bounds at the 12-yard line. It looks like, again, close or good enough for a first down. We'll again see where they mark the chains and mark the football.
They wanted a quick hitter, but Logan Elm's secondary had it covered, and then Klein was able to kind of scramble, use his feet. Hutchinson did a good job of moving towards the quarterback to the boundary, and they'll end up picking up the first down just shy of the 10-yard line now.
They have moved inside the Valley Ford of Columbus red zone. Valley Ford of Columbus, where great deals meet even greater service. This is Kyson Klein, and he will just run straight up the middle of the field and saunter into the end zone. Touchdown. From 12 yards out, Kyson Klein powers into the end zone for his 9th rushing touchdown of the season, and that is another D.R. Horton touchdown. D.R. Horton, they are America's builder.
Watch the left side just collapse this down. They run behind Rollins, and even Landon Hansel, 74, is going to get a good block there on the left-hand side. Easy pickings as Klein marches his way into the end zone for his 9th rushing touchdown of the season.
They did not get a hand on him until he got to the goal line. Extra point attempt by Hutchinson is up, and the extra point attempt is good. 5:27 to go, quarter number 1. Bloom-Carroll marches 70 yards and takes the initial lead in this game. They have a 7-0 advantage over the Braves of Logan Elm. This is Toyota Friday Night Rivals, presented by D.R. Horton.
Around here, it's all or nothing. That's why your Toyota dealer has more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else, like the best-selling Toyota Camry or the stylishly advanced new Corolla. Now get 4.75 APR financing on a new 25 Corolla or Camry while supplies last, or lease a new 26 Corolla for $209 a month, or a Camry for just $279 a month, with 2 years no-cost maintenance included. Get all you need at your Toyota dealer now. Toyota, let's go places.
Thanks to Kroger Great Lakes Distribution Center, tonight's game is streaming live on the ABC6 YouTube channel, the ABC6 Facebook page, the ABC6 News app, and on the CWColumbus.com. There is no excuse, he said, no excuse to not have a place to watch this game tonight. We're glad you're with us here for high school football week number 7. Bloom-Carroll on top, 7-0.
Marty, I really like the balance on that drive by Bloom-Carroll. A lot of play action on first down. Playmakers Kilpatrick and Hutchinson made good catches. They overcame a 2nd and 19, and then give it to your workhorse, Kyson Klein, to finish things off.
Connor Kent to the near side. And to the far side is Aiden Hartley. Here's the kick, and again, they'll kick it to Kent, who fields it at the 9 now. And he's going to toss it back to Hartley, trying to come to the near side. It's a fake. Kent still has the football, and there he goes. He went 85 last week. He's to the 40, out to the 45, and he is brought down across the 45. That little toss fake with Hartley coming at him sucked the defense and the play-by-play guy in, and then he went the other way.
And the color guy. I also thought that it was a toss to the near side. Worked it perfectly, and then Kent, he's able to make a couple of guys miss, and then gets out of the open field, gets one more block downfield as well, and all the way out to the 45-yard line. When you are the underdog in a game like this, when you're trying to beat a team that's won 7 straight division titles in the Mid-State League, sometimes you got to go to the bag of tricks. This one works out well for Logan Elm.
Connor Kent with some long strides there, too, as he got deep upfield to the 45-yard line. A good return right there for Logan Elm, and they'll have it first down and 10, their second possession of the evening's festivities. They'll bunch the formation, and handoff goes to Hartley. A little hesitation, then acceleration, and he's brought down at the 47-yard line. A pickup of a couple for 5'9", 160-pound freshman Aiden Hartley. Has a burst, a little bit shifty carrying the football, and has been a bright spot for this Logan Elm offense.
Yeah, just a freshman, so he's still got a lot of growing in terms of his physicality. And even his maturing and just seeing holes. He did a nice job of finding a little crease right there. This offensive line is going to have its work cut out for him. Only 2 seniors up there, and Connor Green, the center, Ethan Dowdy, the right tackle. So they're still young up front as well. Got the work cut out for him here against Bloom-Carroll.
2nd down and 8 for Logan Elm. And this will be A carry shy of the midfield stripe, as turning the edge and coming up was the quarterback, Austin Holbrook. The Buckeyes are back home tomorrow. They'll take on the Minnesota Golden Gophers, and the Football Fever on ABC6 is the perfect play to get you ready for kickoff. Watch the Football Fever tomorrow morning at 11, and it's only, he said only, on ABC6. Out to the 49. Pickup of a couple. So 3rd and 6 upcoming for Logan Elm.
Picked up a first down on their initial possession. Now they've got a 3rd down and medium here. Let's see if Austin Holbrook can make a play.
He'll go back to throw. Still looking. Now will turn, has a receiver wide open downfield. That's Kent, who goes down low and makes the catch at the Bloom-Carroll 25-yard line. It's a first down. He got behind the defense, was wide open, and finally Holbrook was able to turn and find him. He had pressure on him, but Kent was wide open, just waiting for the football. First down.
Kent was open initially as well, but Holbrook just didn't make the throw. I think it wasn't his first read. And then all of a sudden, Robert Williams, you saw he slipped, fell down, and Kent was able to get in behind him and make the catch. They convert the 3rd down. Big play downfield, second big play now. Remember the kickoff, and now this one, and they've got the ball to the 25.
And Kent also had that big 15-yard catch on the initial drive as well, too. That one's for 26, and it's a first down at the Bloom-Carroll 25. Again, they'll add some beef in the backfield. Handoff goes to Hartley, trying to sweep the edge. Starts inside, tries to go outside, but over there to make sure he went no further for Bloom-Carroll. Coming up was the corner, Christian Ball. Again, we've mentioned returning starters on that defense. He's one of them, 6'3", 179-pound senior.
This is what I talked about, the maturity in just taking what you get. Cut up inside that block right there. You're going to try and get outside. Ball was there just waiting on him. They end up losing about a yard on the play instead of gaining a yard or maybe 2. Sometimes your mind thinks you can get to that corner, but you just can't. Just take what you got upfield.
There's Terry Holbert, the head coach at Logan Elm. His club trying for its 2nd win of the season. And this is Holbrook, the quarterback, faking, trying to get to the edge. But again, coming up this time from the corner spot is Devin Ash, a 5'10", 171-pound senior. He was not fooled at all by the play fake, stayed home and made a good tackle.
Marty, I don't know if you've noticed on this power eye, they have brought my guy, the linebacker, Myquan Waugh. He's a blocker. He is the blocker on the outside of the power eye. The fullback, Bryson Parrish, is there. But Austin Holbrook refuses to follow them up into the hole. He again turned and ran right into 4 defenders. Got nothing on the play. I mean, I would follow Myquan Waugh anywhere, right? Down a dark alley, doesn't matter. That's the guy I'm following.
It's a 3rd down and 10. As we approach 2 minutes to go here in quarter number 1, Bloom-Carroll has scored the game's only points to this juncture. But after a big pass completion, Logan Elm deep inside Bulldogs territory. Here's Holbrook to throw again, and again another leaping catch. Down goes the umpire, but the catch is made as, again, having to go airborne to haul another high throw in. That was Tyler Bowlby with the catch. And the umpire, Don Porter, got the worst end of that deal all the way around. The catch moves the ball to the 16-yard line and puts Logan Elm inside the Valley Ford of Columbus red zone. Valley Ford of Columbus, where great deals mean even greater service.
Give Austin Holbrook some credit. Zach Chambers, senior defensive nose guard who has 5 sacks this year, beat his man, hit Holbrook right in the waist as he let go of the football. And his outside guys, his receivers, are making plays for him tonight.
Ball's at the 16. They pick up 10 and another first down.
No, it's 4th down, Marty.
Oh, the 4th down? I'm sorry, 4th down. They were just shy of it. Now they get movement up front. They're going to get a break there. He was just shy. Initially, it looked like they had signaled it as a first down, but regardless, it is going to be first down now.
It will be now.
Sooner or later, they were going to get it.
Encroachment, number 36, defense, 5 yards, first down.
See Aiden Scholes there. He was our starter watching the outset here tonight. He got a little anxious, wanted to get into that backfield and stop them on 4th down, gives them the free 5. And you have to, if you're Logan Elm, Marty, take advantage of these situations. You've been given a couple of breaks here. First down from the 11.
This first down sponsored by Buckeye State Bank. We're under a minute to go in this first quarter with Bloom-Carroll on top, but Logan Elm has marched back down the field, helped out by a big penalty on 4th down and a couple of big plays, the kick return and the pass completion. And they will just almost do a impression of a tush push and just keep the ball right in the middle of the field and get towards the 6-yard line.
Good push up front by Gavin Asbell, the left guard, Connor Green, the center, and then you had Waugh pushing from behind. That's pretty good 5 yards on first down right there.
As a team, Logan Elm runs for 145 yards a game. where they've been doing their damages through the air. Austin Holbrook coming in with 962 yards. They will have to snap the ball before the quarter ends. There's about a 3-second difference between the play clock and the game clock. They have a 2nd and 5. They can pick up a first down without scoring. Holbrook will toss. This is Hartley. He'll throw into the end zone now, and the pass is juggled around and dropped. Over there for Bloom-Carroll, reading that play was the safety, Robert Williams, the 5'10 junior, who wasn't fooled by the little trickeration there. And with 1 second left in the quarter, the incomplete pass means we get one more first quarter offensive play.
So a couple things. Again, you've got a freshman making that decision on throwing the football, which was not a good decision. Because he was immediately pressured again, a missed block on the outside kind of spoiled the opportunity for the running back Hartley to make either a better throw or a better decision there. And the trick play this time doesn't work for him.
Terry Holbert said Aiden Hartley's a very good athlete, so they can use him for a lot of different ways. They'll hand it off inside, and very short running room as the last play of the first quarter is a handoff to Myquan Waugh, and that will do it for quarter number 1. Bloom-Carroll goes 70 yards and cashes it in with a Kyson Klein touchdown run. Logan Elm trying to answer. They'll have the ball inside the 5 when we come back. Quarter number 2, Bloom-Carroll leads 7-0 on Toyota Friday Night Rivals. Get caught up with what is happening with your favorite high school team. Watch FNR Scores on Fox 28 tonight. It comes your way right after the game. It's sponsored by D.R. Horton. D.R. Horton is America's builder. Logan Elm with a 4th down and goal, or 4th and 3 rather, as we start quarter number 2. They can pick up a first down without scoring. Holbrook rolls to throw into the end zone, and they've got a touchdown. As he rolled to the near side, making the catch for the Logan Elm Braves and bringing them into within a point is Blake Summers with the catch. And that was a well-run play right there. Summers just set down in that zone right there, Todd. Made a good catch of a good throw.
Connor Kitt was in on the slot, and Summers was on the outside. Kitt ran the out. Summers is going to run a little slant here. Found that little seam, and another very strong throw by Austin Holbrook.
Aiden Hudson on to try the extra point. Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And we are tied at 7. An impressive answer drive by Logan Elm, as they have leveled the game at 7 on that D.R. Horton touchdown. D.R. Horton is America's builder. 7-7, Bloom-Carroll, Logan Elm on Toyota Friday Night Rivals. Coming up at the half, yes, they are back. Your favorite furry mascot friends compete in the one and only Mascot Challenge. It is sponsored by our friends at Safe Light Auto Glass. 7-7, 5 seconds into quarter number 2 here at Logan Elm High School, Pickaway County, the Mid-State League. Todd Bell's in for Jeff Logan tonight. Kellyanne Stitz is on the sidelines. Jason Van Hoos cranking out the numbers for us. I'm Marty Bannister, and we are so happy to have you with us here tonight for week number 7 of the high school football season. Bloom-Carroll will get the football here, and here's the kick to the far side. This is Hutchinson with a little hesitation after fielding the kick, trying to find a gap out across the 30-yard line, and then gets shoved backwards as he got to the 30, then was rudely escorted backwards and out of bounds far side, and Bloom-Carroll will have the football. Let's go down to the sidelines and say hello again to Kellyanne Stitz.
Guys, when Bloom-Carroll's quarterback Matthew Klein isn't playing football, he's flying planes. He's interested in becoming a pilot in the Air Force, and he's involved in the aviation program at Bloom-Carroll's Career Center. Tonight, he's focused on leading Bloom-Carroll to victory over Logan Elm, but next week, he'll be focused on taking his in-plane flying test.
How about that? Wow. That's an impressive young man right there.
I would say so.
Wow.
I was still playing with Legos at this point in my life.
I have trouble enough just getting on an airplane. He wants to fly one. We have a member of our crew also as a pilot, Alex, running one of the cameras. I always like the George Carlin line. People always talk about getting in the plane or getting on the plane. I'm getting in the plane instead of on the plane. First down and 10 for Bloom-Carroll. And short running room as they scrimmage here in a 7-7 game here in quarter number 2. That was Kai-Song Klein with the carry.
Marty, you know what I find interesting? When you talked with head coach Jeremy McKinney earlier this week, he described Matthew Klein as a cautious quarterback. Yet he's a guy who's going to get into Air Force planes? That doesn't sound cautious to me at all. It sounds very dangerous to me.
Yeah. Hear that scream Maverick at some point. Second down and 4. It's Kai-Song Klein again, just rumbling through people and drags a couple of defenders out across the 40-yard line. And it is good enough for a Bloom-Carroll first down.
What do you need in the postseason to be effective? The weather gets bad, the weather gets cold. I'm handing the ball to this guy about 35 times and just keep running right at teams all night long. Very impressive young man.
739 yards entering tonight's game. Had some big games this season. Went for a $176 in the opener with Chillicothe. Hit Amanda for 148. Liberty Union for 167. Had 155 against Fairfield Union. And carries out to the 44 on this one. And also, I think the other thing that's impressive about him, too, Todd, is his durability. He's got 125 carries coming into this game.
Yeah, certainly. And he can take a pounding, and he's got the more experienced line if we're comparing the two here tonight. But, again, the running style that he has, nothing fancy. Takes the handoff, finds the hole, puts the foot in the ground, moves north and south.
Picked up 3. Second down and 7. Jeremy McKinney's in his 4th year guiding the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs. Replaced a pretty good high school coach, Wade Bartholomew, is now up at Olentangy. Here's an incompletion, trying to get the ball to Hutchinson, and Hutchinson had turned to the right, and the ball was to the left and behind him incomplete. That'll bring up a third down. McKinney coming into this one with an overall mark of 37-10. He was a 20-year assistant at Bloom-Carroll before getting the head coaching job and has not missed a beat with this Bloom-Carroll program.
Continue to move forward with this program. Again, 4-2 this year. Some might think it's a little bit of a hiccup, but they've had to kind of work out some things this year, move some guys around. They're going to be ready come week 11.
Third down and 7. Here's Klein with a clean pocket and incomplete as he was trying to hit Rusty Hutchinson, who took a pretty good pop afterwards. We're going to get a late hit call here on Cam Ebert.
Cam Ebert and Connor Kent had terrific coverage downfield. That was a real tight window for Klein, but Ebert on what was going to bring up 4th down and long made a mental mistake here and just shoved Hutchinson straight to the ground. And official on the other side of the field thought it was a little bit too egregious, threw the flag. Little discussion going on right now. I don't know if he's being talked out of it or not, but I think you would agree with me. I think that was a pretty good call, but it looks like it might be coming back.
Yeah, I didn't see anything wrong with that flag at all. We're waiting to see the crew meeting, and Dan Strain will tell everybody what has been determined here in just a moment.
Dead ball foul, personal foul, late hit, number 2 on the defensive. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Here's a look at it.
Yeah, it's just going to come afterwards. Ball's by him, comes running into the picture, lowers the boom, unnecessary. I mean, it's incredibly visible that the ball is incomplete. He doesn't have it, hits him, and Hutchinson, not very big, takes a pretty good shot there. And, you know, that's a mental mistake. They were going to get the ball back.
That moves the ball to the Logan Elm 41-yard line. And here's Klein again, back to throw again. Flush to the near side with the football. Trying to angle to the near side. We're trying to step inside as he had pressure on him by Sanford Bird, a 5'11", 165-pound sophomore linebacker, kind of that hybrid jack position. He dropped down, did a good job of spying Klein that time, and brings him down after a short gain out to the 38.
Watch number 8, Kyson Klein, right here. He's going to throw a little chip block. That's going to get his quarterback a couple of extra yards. But I like the pursuit by Logan Elm, getting over, forcing the tackle, forcing him back upfield, short gain on the play.
Picked up 3. Again, it's Kyson Klein, and there he goes across the 30-yard line. And again, just muscling people out of the way. There's a flag down back upfield at the 32 behind the play. We'll see what the penalty is all about here in a moment. Dan Strain, the referee, had perhaps the longest meeting with the captains before the coin toss that I think I've seen in high school football. They went over, I think, just about everything.
They sorted through some stuff.
Introduced everybody.
Yeah.
Welcomed everybody to the game.
Holding, 83, offense, 10 yards, second down.
So this is going to occur on the outside because the left side of the line did an incredible job again, collapsing down on the defense, forcing them to the middle of the field. Kyson Klein, watch the line. There's nobody even out there, but Hutchinson right there. Well, when you put your hands up into the air,
dead giveaway.
You're drawing the attention to yourself. Just put it down to your side. Maybe nobody will notice.
Ball moved back to the 42-yard line, where it now becomes second down at 12. And here's Matthew Klein sprinting to throw and fires, and the pass is caught by Hutchinson. And he wiggles out of a tackle attempt and goes to another and has the sideline to the 25-yard line and is still on the go and is finally gang tackled out of bounds. Making up for that holding call, Rusty Hutchinson with the catch and the first down scamper to the 25 and pick up a 17.
How can you not like Rusty Hutchinson? What you see here on offense, he handles their place kicking, he handles their punting, he's their punt return, he's their kick return. You just want the ball in his hands. He makes the initial man miss, jukes the second guy, bouncing off of defenders, cuts back, taking more hits, and picks up the first down. And you're right, makes up for that penalty and gives him a first down.
Bloom-Carroll on the move in a 7-7 game. We are in quarter number 2. We're a little over 3 minutes in. It's Kyson Klein on the handoff to the far side and turns inside the 20 and moves the football to the 18-yard line, which once again puts Bloom-Carroll in the Valley Ford of Columbus red zone. Valley Ford of Columbus, where great deals meet even greater service.
Remember, this possession should have been over for Bloom-Carroll if it weren't for the dead ball foul that gave them a first down. Now all of a sudden they've got the ball inside the red zone. They've had the ball only one other time. They scored a touchdown. This is only their second possession as we're past 3 minutes mark of their second quarter.
Ball's at the 17, where it'll be second down and short upcoming. Klein checked out of the game. Aiden Schultz is into the game at the running back spot, and he goes down the sideline and leaps towards the end zone and gets in. Touchdown. Aiden Schultz turned the corner. Kyson Klein had checked out of the game. They put Schultz in. They'll do that on occasion, and he showed some good moves there as he cut down that far side sideline, and then taking the handoff from a pilot, leaps into the end zone for the score.
Watch Aiden Schultz. They're going to sweep around to the right side. Again, they seal it off. Just muscles his way. They had a hold of him back at the 12-yard line, and then Schultz leaping his way into the end zone for his first touchdown of the season.
That's another D.R. Horton touchdown. D.R. Horton is America's builder, and that may have been one of the more impressive finishes to a score we've had all season long. He was airborne for 6. Extra point attempt by Rusty Hutchinson is up, and it is good. And Bloom-Carroll, again, moves the ball downfield. Helped out, as Todd mentioned, by a crucial penalty call. Kept the drive alive. And the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs have gone back on top of Logan Elm by a touchdown. 8 1/4 to go, second quarter on Toyota Friday Night Rivals.
This time of year, it's all or nothing. And your Toyota dealer has all you need to pull you through the rain, snow, and mud that's headed our way, including more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else. Like the adventurous Toyota RAV4. It's been America's best-selling SUV for the past 8 years. Now with 4.75 APR financing. Or lease a new 25 RAV4 from just $309 a month. Get all you need at your Toyota dealer now. Toyota, let's go places.
We might have just seen the Middlefield Bank play of the game. We'll tell you about that in the fourth quarter of the matchup this evening. Middlefield Bank, your everything bank with 6 locations in Central Ohio. 14-7, Bloom-Carroll leads Logan Elm. Jeff Logan out tonight. Todd Bell, voice of the Ohio Dominican Panthers. So good to have my longtime friend Todd working up here with us. I'll call him Fred. He won't say that about me, but
I'm in shock right now. The words coming out of your mouth.
Here's Hutchinson with the kick for Bloom-Carroll, fielded by Connor Kent, and he runs into a bunch of Bulldogs at about the 19-yard line and is dropped right there, and that's where Bloom-Carroll will have the football to put Logan Elm, will have the football on the field when they come back here in a moment. Coming up in just a few minutes, we will go down to Kellyanne Stitz. She will have the music go around Coach's Corner. We will hear from, right now, Jeremy McKinney, because his team's ahead for his thoughts on half number 1.
All right, Logan Elm, third possession. They got a first down and had to punt on their initial one. Had a real nice drive that they put together on their last possession. But now they got to come back and answer again after giving up that touchdown and trail by 7 points here. Let's see what they've got on offense here on this third possession of the game.
The one thing I like about having you up here tonight is you will actually say the word Michigan when it comes up. Jeff Logan will not reference that at all. First down and 10 at the 20. And coming to the near side is Holbrook, the quarterback, and he is bumped down with a big hit. As coming up to greet him was the corner, Christian Ball.
Second time we mentioned Ball tonight on a good open field tackle, and that was a collision. And that was a very gritty 3-yard gain there for Austin Holbrook. I like, again, the play call here. Good read on the zone read. He'll make one miss there, and then Ball's right there to push him to the ground. Wow.
Picked up 3.
Why would even that state up north come up in this conversation tonight?
No, you have to say it. You're allowed to say it now.
Well, why do I need to?
Oh, I was just making that point.
Oh.
Because at some point it will come up, and somewhere Logan's throwing things at the TV right now. Here's an incomplete pass to the far side, but a pretty good catch over there on the sideline as well. Jeremy McKinney with a good catch.
You've mentioned it. Tomorrow, Ohio Dominican plays Northwood. They are from Midland, Michigan.
There you go. See, there you go. Good catch by Jeremy McKinney on the sideline over there, the Bloom-Carroll coach.
Well, we've seen Logan Elm convert a couple of third and longs here. They're going to have to, again. Corey Heater is their offensive coordinator here at Logan Elm. He was a one-time coach here for Bloom-Carroll. In fact, he was the right-hand man for Jeremy McKinney the first couple of years as him being a head coach. And so now Corey Heater's got to come up with a good play call here.
Third down and 7 at the 7.5-minute mark in this second quarter. Holbrook will just dump the ball to the far side. Catch made by Hartley, trying to find some running room. But again, Bloom-Carroll doing a great job. One of the things that McKinney said, Coach McKinney said that they're doing this year, flying to the football. And you saw it, proof of it right there. They had about 7 shirts near the ball on that tackle.
Yeah, that was fortunate that play didn't end up in a disaster, that they actually got positive yards. Holbrook pressured here in the backfield again. He'll jump into the air, throws it backwards. Fortunately, Hartley was ready for it, but too many Bulldog defenders out there to prevent them from getting the first down.
Fourth down and 4. Play did gain 3 yards and a hard-fought 3 yards. Snap is high. Hartley's punt, a high spiraling kick that Hutchinson will backpedal and field at the 36-yard line and has some running room back to the middle field. He's got some room. Hutchinson back into Logan Elm territory to the 35, to the 30. He's down the sideline. He's to the 15. He will score. Rusty Hutchinson fielded that punt back at the 36-yard line and rumbles in for the score. 64 yards on the punt return for the score, and Bloom-Carroll has expanded their lead to 20-7. That's another D.R. Horton touchdown. D.R. Horton is America's builder.
Holy smokes. Watch this block here by Schultz coming up right there. That's a good one. And then Hutchinson's going to do the rest. Going to get a couple blockers. Watch, he's got 3 or 4 downfield, only 2 guys in red. Convoy leading him into the end zone. And now the worst part for Hutchinson, he's got to catch his breath to kick this extra point. And they're going to take a timeout.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Give Rusty a chance to kind of gather himself a little bit.
Here's the other thing I love about tonight, being on
their first
the grass,
half.
is you get the grass stains like we're used to seeing in the sweaty uniform on a hot night here tonight. And Rusty Hutchinson's like, I need a water bottle.
Hey, another good block on that kick return was by Weston Coppice, who came down and cleared out the defender on that return as well, too. Timeout on the field, and Bloom-Carroll calling the timeout before the extra point. This timeout is sponsored by the Ohio State Highway Patrol. It's not too late to transform your talents into a career with the Ohio State Highway Patrol. Hashtag join OSHP. 20-7. Bloom-Carroll with a big play, the punt return for the score. And again, those are the kind of things, if you're Logan Elm, trying to build some momentum and stay in this game with a very good team. The penalty you talked about a moment ago, and that play there, the punt return for a touchdown, those are things you just can't have happen.
Yeah, absolutely. When you've got a good punt returner and Hutchinson as good as he is, you've got to make sure that you're in all of your lanes, all of your responsibilities. And the other thing that I think about, Marty, is why are teams consistently good year after year? They do the little things. Bloom-Carroll, division championships in the Mid-State. Buckeye League winning a state championship a couple of years ago. Great punt return. Got all the blocking, no penalties on it. I mean, it's just the little things is why teams continue to have success year in and year out.
Trying to increase their lead to 2 scores on the extra point attempt. The hold is down. There is, again, one of those little things. That snap was high.
Yep.
And a good job bringing the snap down and allowing Hutchison to drill the extra point. And Bloom-Carroll has taken a 2-touchdown lead over Logan Elm, 21-7. This is Toyota Friday Night Rivals. Connor Kent back deep along with Aiden Hartley. 21-7. Bloom-Carroll with the lead over Logan Elm. Welcome back to Toyota's Friday Night Rivals. Along with Todd Bell and Kellyanne Stitz, I'm Marty Bannister, Jason Van Hoos, churning out all the numbers for us. And we are glad you're with us here tonight as we talk and watch high school football here in Central Ohio. Good to be down in Pickaway County. The folks here are very excited that we're here, and we're excited to be here tonight. Eric Karstner and his staff here at Logan Elm have been very gracious hosts, and we're glad to be here this evening. This is Kent fielding the kick for Logan Elm, finding a little bit of a gap, and is grabbed by the shirt and pulled backwards down before he got to the 25-yard line. 21-7 is the lead for Bloom-Carroll. This is a Bloom-Carroll team that, well, along with being very good football players, Kellyanne Stitz, they're pretty smart as well, too, aren't they?
Absolutely, Marty. You'll see the Bulldogs sporting some unique helmet decals on their helmet this year, a point of pride for the program. Jerry McKinney started the GPA helmets when he took over as head coach in 2022 to promote success in the classroom. He wasn't sure how the kids would respond, but he had parents tell him that in that first year, their kids worked the hardest they've ever worked in school. This year, Coach McKinney says they have 9 players with a 4.0 GPA or higher, the most kids he's ever had on the team with a 4.0 GPA, and nearly 84% of their players have a cumulative 3.0 GPA or higher. And guys, they have 66 kids on the team. That's impressive.
Classic exteriors first down here for Logan Elm. Here's a pass tipped and went through a couple of hands and falls incomplete. You'll notice there are no GPA stickers handed out to members of the play-by-play and color crew here.
No, while Kellyanne was talking about that, I took my headset off to see if on the side it was like a 1.2 maybe, but
that's a little high. It's a little high.
Cumulative over 4 years.
0.0.
Add the 4 years up. Come on now.
There you see a 3.6 right there on Aiden Scholes.
We have your
matches his uniform number as well, too.
I'm glad that you mentioned the GPAs of the booth up there, not down here on the sideline.
We'll leave you alone,
The
Kelly.
prestigious sideline over here.
Suddenly it's become prestigious. All right, 1st and 10. That incomplete pass brings up 2nd down and 10. And here is Hartley bouncing off the pile, trying to get to the edge, but it is shut down immediately as he tried to find some running room. But again, the pursuit of that Bloom-Carroll defense that time, that was Robert Williams who came racing up to shut down the edge and bring Hartley down.
Marty, this defense is very athletic, and they can get to the football. David Mullen is going to come from the other hash mark Right there, he's 11. He got shoved out of the play, and he's going to be the guy who comes right back. He missed the tackle there, but you see the effort that they're giving all over the place. Christian Ball ends up making the tackle, but even up 21-7, seemingly in control here in the second quarter, guys are still out there working hard.
Third down upcoming for Logan Elm, 3rd down and 5. See if they can sustain a drive here and keep this Bloom-Carroll offense off the field. Here's Holbrook back to throw, near side, and here's the catch by Logan Elm. And making the catch was Blake Summers, who caught the touchdown pass a moment ago for Logan Elm, and a good pitch and catch right there. And just as we mentioned, they keep the drive alive and keep the Bloom-Carroll offense off the field and convert on 3rd down out to the 36.
Another one of the young players, Summers, just a sophomore. Devin Ash is going to come up and hit him, but Summers able to fight forward enough, knew where that first down marker was, had to get out just to the 34, got to the 36. Big first down to keep their defense off the field.
Another guy who coming into the game had limited catches. He entered the night with 4. He's got 2 here in this game, including 1 for a touchdown. Hartley on the handoff and is dropped right around the line of scrimmage. Again, Bloom-Carroll doing a nice job of plugging the gaps in that defense. Carson Drury, the defensive end, was there.
Yeah, get a play where I'm not sure I'd like to be able to see it from behind and see what Hartley is seeing. But you've got Myquan Wall in there in that power I formation, and Wall's opening up a gap on the right-hand side, and Hartley went more up the middle, and they only pick up 1.5 yards.
Ball out to the 38, just touching the 38-yard line. So it's 2nd down and 8. Holbrook will turn and hand off. Here's Hartley into the pile and is dropped. That play may lose a yard. Hartley was trying to find somewhere to go with the football, but Zach Chambers, the nose tackle, all of 5'6", $173. He was right there to plant the freshman running back for no gain.
Boy, is he the stereotypical nose tackle in like a 3-4, right? He's like a little fire plug. He just sticks his nose in there. We saw him hit the quarterback, Holbrook, earlier on a play. 4 tackles for loss, 5 sacks. He's forced 2 fumbles. He's recovered 2 fumbles. He's just in there kind of mixing it up and making it tough on this Logan Elm offense.
3rd down and 9. We go under 4 left in the second quarter. Holbrook to throw. Kent juggles the ball momentarily, or checking that Summers.
Great effort.
Makes the catch and then turns up and might have picked up the first down. He juggled the pass momentarily, gathered it in, then turned upfield and got close to another 3rd down conversion, and he did get it out to the 46.
They've got something with this slant. Made a quick decision to get to the outside. The initial tackle, they missed it, and great second effort. Devin Ash had him, but he got out of it, and he wrestled his way forward. Again, Marty, the official on this side of the field said it's a first down. They've said it's not a first down, and so it's 4th and inches.
Yeah, the official on this side had signaled first down.
Clearly
so that's why I called it first down, so my apologies.
Nothing to be
4th down and short. Well, we like to be as close to accurate as we can. Here is Holbrook, and I don't know that he got it. He got shoved back, and Bloom-Carroll may have come up with a 4th down stop here.
Yeah, they did, and you know who made the play initially? Zach Chambers.
Mm-hmm.
He and Lincoln Miller right in over top of the center, and they come surging through.
Well, now look where they've spotted the ball here. This is, it looks like it's going to be just shy. They're going to measure this. Because the play before, it looked like he had the first down.
I agree, yeah. And it was there was a lot going on these last 2 plays.
And the ball barely moves.
Yeah. No, I thought the spot was a little short on the 3rd down play. Then the referee on this side said move the chains. They just said not to. And, I mean, Marty, this isn't even close. This is a non-essential measurement right here because this is not even going to be close.
Logan Elm trying to keep this drive alive.
Based on that last play, I think this spot is accurate. I think the one before that might have been a little short.
Chains again brought out from the other side of the field, the visiting side. I don't think the football's going anywhere. It's being held down. Unless we get a seismic event here.
Just stretch the chain. It's going to be a full football short.
There we go, and it is like a little more than a full football.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
There we go. So Bloom-Carroll comes up with the stop on downs, and at the 45 of Logan Elm, their offense will start this possession in plus territory. We invite you to stick around at the half for the Bath Fitter Halftime Show. We have a lot coming up for you. You'll be introduced to this week's Donato Scholar Athletes of the Week for both Bloom-Carroll and Logan Elm, plus scores from around Central Ohio. It's all coming your way tonight in the Bath Fitter Halftime Show.
Logan Elm's going to call a timeout here, Marty.
Logan Elm, first timeout.
I mean, this is a very critical last 2.5 minutes of this first half. Bloom-Carroll has had the ball offensively twice. They've scored. They scored on a punt return. This is only going to be their third offensive possession, and a score here to make it 28-7 would make this really tough on Logan Elm here this evening.
This timeout on the field sponsored by the Ohio State Highway Patrol. Start your journey today to transform your talents into a career with the Ohio State Highway Patrol. 21-7 is the lead right now for Bloom-Carroll. During the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we will be highlighting the school bus stop of the game. The law in Ohio requires, or the law in every state rather, and as well in Ohio, requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. 2:37 to go here in this first half of a 21-7 lead for the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs over their Buckeye Division rivals from Logan Elm. Logan Elm coming in off of a win last week where they knocked off Liberty Union 21-14. But you look back at their games this year, and they played a very challenging schedule. They lost by a touchdown to a very good Westfall team. Todd mentioned earlier they played unbeaten Miami Trace in Week 3, lost by a point. Fairfield Union got them 18-12. They were beaten by Zane Trace in the season opener and lost their backyard brawl game with their nearby rivals from Circleville a couple of weeks back. Bloom-Carroll with the football, first down and 10 after the stop on downs. And here's Matthew Klein rolling to throw and has Hutchison far side, and he's out of bounds, and it's a first down for Bloom-Carroll. Pretty good connection right there between those two.
Yeah, so Matthew Klein, Marty, 73% completion percentage coming in. That was his best throw of the night. It's going to be 11 yards and a first down. Watch as he'll float it right over top of the linebacker in between three red shirts. And Hutchinson, I'd throw the ball to him every play. He's going to make the catch, then he's going to do something with it afterwards. Got out of bounds, stopped the clock, first down.
Ball moved to the 34 where it's a first down after, as Todd mentioned, the gain of 11. Two wides to the near side for Bloom-Carroll. Classic exteriors, first down for the Bulldogs. Klein with a clean pocket, has all kinds of time. There's a flag down. This will probably be a holding call. And the pass incomplete as he tried to get upfield to Maddox Byler, 5'9", 193-pound senior. There was a lot going on back there that allowed Matthew Klein to have that clean pocket.
Holding. Offense, number 58, 10-yard penalty from the previous spot, still first down.
That's the right guard, Malachi Williams.
The Connor Green defensive tackle came through, and they grabbed a hold of him to make sure that he didn't get to the quarterback Klein and out in the open field. That's easy to see right there. And so that's an easy call right out in the middle of the open field.
Thinking first and 20, ball marched back to the 45-yard line. That retooled offensive line for Jeremy McKinney tonight. Dylan Fry at right tackle, Malachi Williams at right guard, Ben Sebastiano getting his first start at center tonight. Warren Rollins moves to left guard, Landon Hansel at left tackle. Shotgun formation, handoff goes to Kyson Klein, and he turns and spins and falls across the 40-yard line. Again, a lot of serious pops being laid out there as Klein went into the hole.
I mean, what a convenience it is on first and 20. You hand it, you give him a little tap behind, runs over a couple defenders, spins his way for 7 yards on first down. That's a good little start when you're behind the chains at first and 20.
Game one of the season, he hit Chillicothe for 176 yards and the hat trick, 3 touchdowns. Second down and short. Matthew Klein will roll to throw and overthrows Rusty Hutchison near side. That ball way high for Hutchison. He's 5'7". I don't even know if he's 6'1". He catches that one. It's way over his head and out of bounds.
Yeah, that one got away from Matthew Klein, who one-handed that snap. It was a little bit to his right. He was moving to his left, and he just kind of hauled it in with one hand. And then had that one get away. So they're going to face a third down and long here. Figure it's 4-down territory here for the Bulldogs. Protecting a 14-point lead, plus side of the field. Defense has played really well tonight.
Clock at 1:46 here in this second quarter. They'll put 3 wides on the field, 2 to the bottom of your screen. And Klein again will roll to throw, sends a dart to Kirkpatrick, who makes the catch, and then turns downfield across the 30-yard line to the 28.
You know what I like about that? Klein took what he had in front of him. Kirkpatrick's just going to sit down here in the zone. 3 levels, eyes on him, throws a perfect strike right to him. Again, we talked about it being 4-down territory.
Bloom-Carroll, their second timeout of the half.
And they get a lot of a big chunk of yardage there to give them a 4th down and now manageable as they call this timeout.
And again, the timeout sponsored by the Ohio State Highway Patrol. One of the things that's interesting about this Bloom-Carroll team is what they have left after tonight. You talk about a treacherous way to close out a season. We teased it at the top of the broadcast tonight, but after tonight, next week, they have a non-conference game with St. Clairsville. They were initially slated to have a bye week next week, but they did what they could to try to find a game for that slot. And they found 4-2 St. Clairsville, and they have to go to Eastern Ohio to play that game next week. And then they get 5-1 Hamilton Township, and then just for Watson grins, they close up with 5-1 Circleville.
Yeah, and Hamilton Township and Circleville play tonight, so that's an important game in this conference. Have you ever been to St. Clairsville for a game?
No, I have not.
Neat little setting over there as well, so that'll be a great game for Bloom-Carroll, a nice little matchup. And then, as you said, close out with the two big tests against Hamilton Township. And how about what Jay Sherritt has done with the Tigers of Circleville coming out of retirement? Circleville, Marty, with 5 wins this year, has equaled their win total from the last 2 years combined.
I don't think anybody is surprised that has happened.
That's a quick turnaround, though, right?
Well, that's a pretty good coach.
You're right.
2 wides to the far side on 4th down and 3, and Matthew Klein will roll to throw and lofts it for Hutchison, who goes airborne, makes the catch, and comes down ahead of the marker for a first down.
Well, 4th down, you need a play. Who are you going to? Your playmaker. And he's had a huge night already tonight. Rusty Hutchison into the air, makes a diving grab. Love how he catches it with the hands, pulls it in as he's going to the ground. Make sure he hangs on as he takes the hit. First down, Bloom-Carroll.
You mentioned a moment ago you throw it to him just about every time.
Yes.
I don't think anybody's going to argue that play call. Play fake. Kyson Klein flipped airborne across the 20 inside the 19 coming up, and taking him out was Aiden Hudson, the 5'9", 165-pound senior. That submarine tackle attempt puts Klein inside the red zone, the Valley Ford of Columbus red zone. Valley Ford of Columbus, where great deals meet even greater service. Under a minute to go here in this first half. Bloom-Carroll leads 21-7, but on the move, trying to increase the advantage prior to the break. And remember, they will get the ball to start the second half as well, too, so they can really put a serious dent in this game. Kyson Klein takes the handoff, and a good job by the interior of that Logan Elm defense. The first brave to get there was Jeff Thompson, 6'2", 250-pound junior defensive lineman.
Yeah, there's a bunch of guys on the bottom of that pile. You see Thompson getting up last. 3 tackles for loss coming in. Able to shed off the tackler, made the initial hit. Bryson Parrish was in there. And then a host of Braves all come in.
Bloom-Carroll, final timeout of the half.
And now Bloom-Carroll will use its last timeout with under 30 seconds to go here in this first half of play. But, I mean, there's a lot of pride right now on a young squad on that side, but you had a couple of upperclassmen making very good plays right there.
Thompson, the junior. As Todd mentioned, a dozen tackles coming into this game. Bulldogs, the 2022 Division III runners-up in the state of Ohio. They lost to Canfield in that state championship game on just a frigid afternoon in Canton, Ohio, at the Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. Yeah, windy, cold, snowy. I think it even rained that day too.
Yeah, I caught a bunch of that game down on the sidelines watching it from the field level there at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. Just a great game between those two teams in a great setting. But you're right, it was a bit crisp that day.
That was a pretty good Canfield team,
yes,
too, that pulled away from a pretty good Bloom-Carroll team and ended up winning it by 21 points. But I think it's fair to say it was a lot closer than that 21 points.
Absolutely. Yeah, no question.
So it's 3rd down and 6 after the timeout. Bloom-Carroll with the football. Quarterback Matthew Klein leads the offense back onto the field. They're up 21-7 and trying to increase that advantage. Klein will roll to throw now. Looks towards the middle of the field at the 10, making the catch and then plowing into the end zone for the touchdown. For Bloom-Carroll was London Dodds, one of the wideouts. His 16th catch of the season, his 2nd touchdown reception. That's another D.R. Horton touchdown. D.R. Horton is America's builder, and the lead increases to 27-7.
They've done this a lot to the left side of the field. They sprint him out to the right side this time. Dobbs started on the boundary, came right in, sat down. Matthew Klein makes terrific decisions with the football, Marty. Only 3 interceptions this year, the high pass completion percentage. And again, Dobbs just finishes at the end, taking a couple of hits, getting into the end zone.
Rusty Hutchinson on to try the extra point. It's on the way, and it is good. If you're going to be flying jets, you need to make great decisions. And I think Matthew Klein showing that he can certainly do that, as he has helped his team increase their lead with 21 seconds left in the half to 21 points at 28-7.
I find it interesting. In 6 weeks, they'd only thrown 62 passes with Klein. I know he shared some time with Parker Couch, but he has been very sharp with the football here tonight, hitting guys right in the numbers. We've only seen one or two kind of misfires, and he's put them up now 28-7. They're 3 for 3, by the way, on their offensive possessions tonight.
Well, Todd, I think, too, when you force the amount of turnovers that they have, as Jeremy McKinney said, they've been starting in a lot of favorable field positions, a lot of short fields in these games, and that has helped them as well, too.
I mean, they've been very balanced tonight, with one Klein through the air, the other Klein on the ground. The defense has done its job. Special teams to score.
You referenced that Jonathan Alder game a little earlier, where they managed to force 5 turnovers and lost when Jonathan Alder scored with 39 seconds left in regulation.
Yeah, Jonathan Alder's having a terrific year, and if you can win with 5 turnovers, you're living right.
Pioneers unbeaten going into tonight's Week 7 action. Short kick that will take a hop and be fielded by one of the upbacks for Logan Elm. That's Cam Ebert, and gets out across the 35-yard line. So with 16 seconds left, Logan Elm will have the football, but down 28-7. And as we mentioned, after the Bloom-Carroll touchdown, they will get the ball to start the second half because they deferred.
Yeah.
So a chance to almost a full double dip here after scoring with 16 seconds left in the half, and they'll get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, I can't see Logan Elm trying anything here. Just take the knee and get to the locker room, try and regroup yourself here a little bit. They got off to a really good start in this game. Had this thing tied up at 7. Special teams play really flipped the momentum in this game.
Holbrook will go back to throw now. They'll set up a middle screen. The pass is behind the intended receiver, Connor Kent. And that stops the clock with 12 seconds left here in the half.
I mean, I can understand why you would do this, Marty. You've got a young team. You don't want to, I guess if you say, hey, just take a knee or hand it off, you're almost saying to your players, hey, we're giving up here. Go out there, you got a timeout or 2 left, and give it a try. Plus, you can work on some stuff, work on some 2-minute drill things. But there's some danger to this as well. I mean, that one goes off of a hand, pops up into the air, picked off by a lineman, and then all of a sudden it's 35-7 at half.
And it looks as if they are going to, they're going to line up and, again, it looks like maybe run a full play here. We'll see, and it will. It'll just be a handoff this time. This is Hartley. Has a gap, 35-yard line to the near side, 40, turns the edge, 45-yard line, and is shoved out of bounds in the Logan Elm sideline area.
Good job by Robert Williams, who ran him out of bounds to not force him into that big Gatorade table over there, because 1, it would have been a mess. 2, it would have been a penalty, and would have given Logan Elm some hope here at the end of the half.
And it would have been a thirst killer as well, too. Had to refill the jug. 4 seconds left in the half, and the ball just into Bloom-Carroll territory at the 49. Logan Elm had tied the game at 7 on the touchdown pass to Summers, but Bloom-Carroll 21 straight points. And here's a pass incomplete, trying on a seam route to hit Zane Zemer, and the linebacker, Hayden Schultz, if he turns around, that's an easy interception.
But first of all, you can see what Holbrook saw. He saw the defender had his back to him, so what he's supposed to do, throw it right past their helmet. That's what he did, but Zemer was a little bit too far downfield, couldn't quite make the connection.
Clock is stopped with a tick left on it.
Well, do we see how far Austin Holbrook can throw the football?
I don't think that's out of the question here. They'll put 2 wides to the far side. Connor Kent is one of the 2. Tyler Bowlby, who's made a couple of good catches. They'll just hand off to Hartley, and he's tripped down right at the midfield stripe. Aiden Schultz, who has had a big first half, had that leaping touchdown on offense, made some big plays defensively with a big stop there, and that ends half number 1. Bloom-Carroll, 21 unanswered points, and the Bulldogs head to the locker room with a 3-touchdown lead over their Buckeye Division rivals from Logan Elm. We have reached the break. 28-7 is the lead for Bloom-Carroll on tonight's edition of Toyota Friday Night Rivals. Bulldogs and the Logan Elm Braves meeting here. We'll get you to the Bath Fitter halftime show coming up here in just a couple of minutes. Kellyanne Stitz is on her way to find Jeremy McKinney right now. An impressive first half by Bloom-Carroll answering from the 7-7 tie.
Yeah, Marty, very balanced offensively, spreading the ball around. A lot of different guys making plays. Quarterback Klein doing a good job. Kyson Klein on the ground having a big night. Special teams, defense. I mean, this is what we expected out of Bloom-Carroll. We're certainly seeing it here tonight in this first half.
Impressive at the top of your screen. You see the Bulldogs. They came onto the field as a team. They come off the field as a team as they head to the locker room here at the intermission. Kellyanne Stitz is with Jeremy McKinney.
Coach McKinney, your team is firing on all cylinders in this first half in all three phases. What did you like from your team so far?
I think were consistency. We were talking about that before the game. So I thought we had a couple self-inflicted things with penalties, but we were able to overcome that. Defensively, we cleaned up some stuff that they had on their first drive. And anytime you can score on special teams, that's a big deal if you can score on special teams.
You had to retool the offensive line coming into tonight. How would you assess their play?
So far, I think they're playing pretty well. They're holding up out there. We've had a couple holds, but it's high school football. That's going to happen.
Thank you, Coach McKinney.
Thank you.
Guys.
Kellyanne, thank you very much. Jeremy McKinney's team goes to the locker room with a 21-point lead. Bloom-Carroll 28, Logan Elm 7. We have reached the intermission. Mid-State League football tonight. Flying to the locker room are the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs, and they have the lead over Logan Elm. This is Toyota Friday Night Rivals.
welcome into the Bath Better halftime show. I'm Kellyanne Stitz. Right now, Bloom-Carroll leads Logan Elm 28-7. Every week, the CW Columbus is proud to recognize our Donato's Scholar Athlete of the Week. Tonight, we introduce you to an offensive lineman paving the way for Bloom-Carroll, Warren Rollins, and Marlo Smith from Logan Elm.
Donato's proudly recognizes Central Ohio's Scholar Athletes of the Week. Bloom-Carroll's Warren Rollins exemplifies leadership and service. He excels on the football and baseball fields and gives back to his community through volunteer work. Marlo Smith of Logan Elm High School is an exceptional scholar and athlete. She earned a 34 ACT and has received awards in bowling, track, and volleyball. She also demonstrates leadership through 4-H. Congratulations to these outstanding Donato's Scholar Athletes.
Congratulations to this week's Donato's Scholar Athletes of the Week. And the two are now eligible to enter the Scholar Athlete of the Year contest with the CW Columbus, and they could win a $5,000 college scholarship. Not a bad deal. Congratulations to those two. Now, it's time for a halftime competition that truly doesn't really need an introduction, something that we love here on the CW Columbus. Right now, it's time for the Safe Flight Mascot Challenge.
Welcome, everyone, to the Safe Flight Mascot Challenge, right here on the CW Columbus. Looking to pounce, it's Wildcat. Ready to roar, it's Lion. Setting up to soar, it's Eagle. Looking to sting, it's Bumblebee. And from Good Day Columbus, it's Muggsy. This week's challenge, T-Ball. Eagle is first up. A swing and a miss. The fans certainly got a good laugh. Eagle trying again. And, oh, so much for an eagle eye. The eagle has most definitely not landed. This furry feline is next. Eyes the target and destroys the tee. Oh boy, no pride for this lion. Here's Wildcat. And it's a whiff for this kitty. What a catastrophe! Muggsy steps up to the plate. Oh my, unfortunately for this mug, this is not a bat-throwing contest. Last up, it's Bumblebee. This could be the Battling Bees' chance for a win. She crushes it! It's out of here!
You don't say that every day.
Bumblebee is this week's big winner. Congratulations, Bumblebee. Tune in next week for another exciting Safe Flight Mascot Challenge on the CW Columbus. No mascots were harmed in the making of this video.
It just gets better every week. Well, the Bath Better halftime show will continue after the break. Right now, Bloom-Carroll leads Logan Elm 28-7. We'll be right back.
And welcome back to the Bathfitter Halftime Report. Our score, Bloom-Carroll 28 and Logan Elm 7, along with Todd Bell, Kellyanne Stitz. I'm Marty Bannister. Happy to have you with us here on this football Friday night. It is week number 7, and there are some big games all across the area tonight. In week number 7, let's take a look at some of those scores. That's a pretty good big Walnut team that right now has doubled up Worthington-Kilbourne. We saw the Wolves a couple of weeks back winning the Battle of Hard Road on a cannon shot at the Horn in that one, 20-10. Is the score, Big Walnut on top of Kilbourne. Big one in the Frontier Athletic Conference tonight, 14-all, Chillicothe and Washington Courthouse. A couple of teams with playoff aspirations as we head towards the postseason in the state of Ohio. Big one in the Mid-State League. They're keeping a close eye on that one at Bloom-Carroll tonight. Hamilton Township and Circleville. The Rangers have doubled up Jay Sherritt's Tigers at the half, 28-14. The score in that game. Hilliard Darby, Dublin Jerome, a 14-3 lead for Darby in that one. We'll see the Celtics a little bit later on this season on Toyota Friday Night Rivals. Columbus Academy and Franklin Heights in the Central Buckeye League with Academy on top 7-0 over the Franklin Heights Falcons. Elsewhere across the area, Gahanna-Lincoln rolling right now. 31-7 is their lead over the Eagles of New Albany, one of the better area rivalry games. Those two neighboring school districts going at it tonight in OCC action. Another district rivalry game, one of the battles of Hilliard, Davidson-Bradley, 7-7 the score. Davidson trying to recover from a tough game last week against a very good Olentangy Orange football team. Pickering and Central on top of Newark, 24-7. That game is in quarter number 2 in the OCC as the Central Tigers roll along. Olentangy Liberty, the defending state champions in Division 1. Look at that. At the half, they lead Upper Arlington 6-0. Bit of a surprise in that one. That's a pretty good Upper Arlington team that Justin Buttermore has. We had them on Friday Night Rivals a couple of weeks back when they won at Olentangy Berlin. Our score, 28-7. Bloom-Carroll on top of Logan Elm. We will be showing you highlights of our game coming up. But before we do that, last week, another great week of high school football all across the country.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals highlights from across the country.
Are you kidding? What just happened? Flipped out of his hands, and it's a touchdown for Jaden Pierce. Oh, my goodness.
Here's nothing. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Running under it, making the catch. What a catch by Cade Mitchell.
Holy cow for the Food City touchdown.
Well, stop of the game, Jeremiah Cruz. He had a few of those tonight. Jeremiah laying the wood.
250 yards passing. Now he wants to take a shot. Looking to hang this one up for Gardner, and he drops it to him, and Gardner makes a move at the 35. Gardner's still on his feet. Gardner's got 3 touchdowns tonight. Seeger's got 5. Polka fires. Ball is intercepted by the Rams. It's Mason Wydra with the pick. And here comes the Rams the other way on the turn. Here he goes, right side of the field. Wydra with some blockers. Wydra on the return of the interception. He's all the way down to the 10, the 5. Wydra returns it for the score. Mason Wydra.
Receiver in motion. He will roll right. Under pressure. Still on his feet. Trying to find somebody downfield. He's in trouble. He'll throw it to the back of the end zone. The receiver's wide open. Touchdown, McQueen.
That receiver almost could have called a fair catch on that throw into the end zone for the touchdown. Big plays all across the nation last week on Thursday and Friday Night Rivals. Here on our version of Friday Night Rivals, Toyota Friday Night Rivals, Bloom-Carroll leads Logan Elm 28-7. We continue here at the half, the Bathfitter Halftime Show. And we welcome you back to Logan Elm High School. Pickaway County is where we are at tonight. It's a Mid-State League Buckeye Division matchup that's at the intermission with Bloom-Carroll on top of Logan Elm by the count of 28-7 here on the Math Hitter Halftime Show. He's Todd, I'm Marty, and we're glad you're with us here tonight. Bloom-Carroll took charge of this game in the second quarter, Todd.
Yeah, they absolutely did. It was a tight first quarter. Logan Elm came ready to play, had a couple trick plays up their sleeves, but we're just too much Bloom-Carroll here in the second quarter of this one.
As we take a look at some of the highlights in the first half, it was a back-and-forth game to start this one tonight.
Yeah, it absolutely was. First possession of the game for Bloom-Carroll. Good balance. A lot of Kaishan Klein on the ground. He's going to finish it off a 12-yard touchdown run. They go up 7-0. Logan Elm, though, they're going to come right back. Good balance. Again, a couple trick plays to get him in good field position. Then a deep ball downfield to Connor Kitt from quarterback Austin Holbrook. And then they're going to finish it off. Holbrook's going to hit Blake Summers for the touchdown that ties the game in the first quarter.
But after that, though, it was a situation where Bloom-Carroll started to flex their muscles and took charge of this game.
Yeah, they absolutely did. And again, high passing percentage tonight by quarterback Matthew Klein. And he's getting the ball into his main playmaker's hands. Rusty Hutchinson, we're going to see more from him as our highlight package goes. And then our best play of the night here tonight. This is our man Aiden Schultz diving his way into the end zone. That was the go-ahead score for them.
That was a pretty big exclamation point on that touchdown right there by Schultz, leaping into the end zone for the score. And then another big play by Hutchinson.
Yeah, Hutchinson again, he's had a number of catches tonight, 6 receptions. Then you get your hands on the ball as a punt returner. Good blocking downfield, untouched all the way into the end zone. 64 yards on that punt return score.
Hutchinson has made big plays all season long, and then they go to the air to increase the lead.
And the first time we even called London Dobbs' name tonight, again, just sits down in the middle of that Logan Elm zone, knows what to do with the football. Once he catches it, gives them the 28-7 lead.
And Bloom-Carroll has opened up a 3-touchdown lead. There's the first half math in this game right now. Total yards 187 to 111. Turnover free so far in this game, and that's been one of the reasons why Bloom-Carroll's won 4 games this year, those 15 turnovers.
Taking care of the football, creating turnovers. I liked a lot of what Logan Elm did in the first half. 111 yards, not too bad, just not enough.
Kellyanne Stitz is with Logan Elm coach Terry Holbert.
Coach Holbert down 28-7 at the halftime. What was your message to the team?
We just got to keep playing as hard as we can play. You know, the key is execution. It's not effort. Our kids are playing really hard. We've just got to execute at a much higher level, and so that was the message at halftime. Keep playing hard, execute, get yourself aligned right, and leave everything you've got out there in the second half.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Guys.
Kellyanne, thank you very much. Second half coming up. Bloom-Carroll leads Logan Elm by the score of 28-7. It's week 7 of Toyota Friday Night Rivals. We are so happy you're with us here this evening on the CW Columbus.
Make
And 28-7 is our score. Bloom-Carroll over Logan Elm as we get ready for the start of half number 2. During the intermission, the Bloom-Carroll High School Marching Band put on quite a show tonight. This look at their performance is sponsored by Music Go Around. Check out their locations at 2630 Bethel Road and inside the Stone Ridge Plaza in Gahanna. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bloom-Carroll High School Marching Band. The band also included backup quarterback defensive lineman Isaiah Kennedy out on the field for the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs. We get ready for half number 2. Marty Bannister, Todd Bell, Kellyanne Stitz, Jason Van Hoos cranking out the numbers for you as we get ready to start the second half. That first half by Matthew Klein, we've talked a lot about decision making, and Todd Bell, 10 out of 12, 109 yards, a couple of scores, pretty much backs that up.
73% coming into tonight. He was accurate with the football this evening, didn't turn the ball over, and again, spreading it around. Kirkpatrick, Hutchinson, Dodds all had catches in that first half and have really done a good job of keeping the Logan Elm defense off balance. And then you keep running your bulldozer and Kyson Klein, and I mean, it's a pretty good thing going on right now. Coach McKinney, when you spoke to him earlier this week and was able to listen back to some of his comments, he knew that they still had some wrinkles, things to iron out, but they've looked pretty sharp here tonight. And again, as you said, they've got to get tuned up and ready to go for the last 3 weeks of the season based on their schedule.
Robert Williams and Rusty Hutchinson will exchange sides of the field to return the kick of Aiden Hudson as we get ready for the start of half number 2 here at Logan Elm High School. Just a great night for high school football. And they're going to onside kick and try and get some momentum going here. And the ball's loose in the field, and Bloom-Carroll's come away with it. Trying to recover the football and try and jumpstart their second half, knowing that Bloom-Carroll was getting the football to start the half, but it doesn't work. The Bulldogs recover, and they'll have the football in very good field position to start this initial drive of half number 2. They will have the football at their own 44-yard line.
Remember I said in the open, Myquan Waugh, 50 plays all the special team snaps. He had it hit him right in the hands, didn't hang on to it, or they might have recovered that onside kick. A little surprised to start the second half.
Looked like Maddox Byler was the Bloom-Carroll Bulldog who fell on that onside kick to give them possession. They'll have it first and 10 at the 44. Kyson Klein in the first half ran 58 yards, 11 carries, and his first touch in the second half moves the football back into Logan Elm territory.
Well, if you are Coach McKinney, I have to think we're going to see a heavy, steady diet of Kyson Klein here in this second half. Feed him the football, keep the clock moving, ground it out, get yourself a touchdown here to start this third quarter.
First play of the second half is an 8-yard gain. The ball back into Logan Elm territory. It's second down and 2 for Bloom-Carroll. It's Kyson Klein again and stretches towards the 45, and it looks like it is good enough for a first down. He needed 2. He got 3 to the 45, and Bloom-Carroll will have a new set of downs to work with. The first down of the second half is sponsored by Brakes for Less.
And it gives this offensive line an opportunity to really work and get cohesive as well. Remember, Ben Sebastiano starting tonight at center, just a sophomore, moving maybe their best offensive lineman from center to left guard in Warren Rollins. Give them a chance to kind of get some continuity, get on schedule, and just pound the football.
Well, Kellyanne Stitz asked Jeremy McKinney about that as they went off the field, and he was very pleased with what he saw out of his offensive line, this retooled line here in the half. And there you can see why, as again, Kyson Klein goes diving his way through the left side and across the Logan Elm 40 for another very good first down gain. And now they'll move the football deeper into Braves territory.
Watch Connor Green. He got through there, but he was behind the play, and he couldn't make the stop. And Klein was able to dart through, pick up a good chunk of yards, 6 yards, and now we've got a downed offensive lineman here, and I think that is Sebastiano.
We'll see. It's a Bloom-Carroll Bulldog and seated at the 43-yard line. We have a timeout on the field while they tend to the injured Bulldog player here in this third quarter. Don't forget, Dave Holmes, Beanie Wells, and Cardale Jones are your hosts for The Script. It's a new podcast that covers the Ohio State story with big opinions and real talk from real Buckeyes. New episodes come your way each and every week. The Script, available now wherever you get your podcast. Malachi Williams is up and walking off the field after being shaken up, limping just a little bit as he makes his way off.
Another sophomore who's kind of had to turn into an offensive lineman We get the roster at the beginning of the week. He's listed as number 0. He's right at the top of the roster now. He's wearing 58. He and Dylan Fry on the right side of that line have kind of had to, bite the bullet a little bit for Coach McKinney and sacrifice maybe some of the other things that they want to do and what's better for the team and playing offensive line right now.
They put their speed guy into the backfield, Colton Butcher, and he gets his first handoff of the night and works to the right side. And the speed guy is just muscling his way inside the 35-yard line and carrying people with him. And got close to another Bloom-Carroll first down. Butcher had a big game against Liberty Union, had 93 yards rushing on 15 carries and a couple of touchdowns.
Marty, this takes me back to our early days when all of our games were on grass, and you could tell when a new guy was in the game because his jersey's the cleanest. He's got the whitest uniform out there right now, so you knew it was somebody different carrying the football.
So it is good enough for a Bloom-Carroll first down as the Bulldogs advance deeper into Logan Elm territory. Bloom-Carroll's won the last 9 games in this series, and they have done so in rather dominating fashion. The average score of those 9 wins has been 42-7. Butcher drops the toss, but is able to fall on the football. It will lose a couple of yards. Line of scrimmage was the 35, and the drop toss, and the cover by Butcher moves the ball back to the 39. Todd Myquan Wall was right there to cover him.
He was. Super fortunate was Butcher that ball just bounced right back up into his hands before Wall could dive in there and try and take it away. And right, as you say, Butcher, it's Klein right back into the game.
Klein will get the handoff from Klein, not related to 2 Kleins. And Kyson Klein goes inside the 35, and again, just the strength that young man has. Jeremy McKinney said, look at him from his waist down.
Yeah.
He said, he's as strong a runner as I've had here.
And watch 81, Jacob Kondash right there leading the way through the hole. And Klein just following him right through there. I mean, why would you not give him the ball 30 times a game?
Always think back when I hear somebody talk about a player from the waist down, the great dandy Don Meredith line. From the waist down, he's got the biggest legs I've ever seen. Which silenced Howard Cosell, which was remarkable.
Not easy to do.
No, here's Kyson Klein, again, getting inside the 30. From the waist down, he's got the biggest legs I've ever seen on a player. That's pretty good.
Sounds like he was probably talking about an Earl Campbell.
That's exactly what he was talking about.
Which is
exactly.
Klein resembles a little bit.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, Todd and I are aging ourselves here, dating ourselves, no question here. Thinking of Earl Campbell, and there's again, they look at the carry by Kyson Klein. Ball to the 27 of Logan Elm. It's a 4th down call for Bloom-Carroll. The Bulldogs keep the offense on the field, up 28-7.
Aiden Schultz, Marty, jumps into the backfield. Remember we talked about 3rd and short, 4th and short. He's the guy.
He went flying into the end zone, and the snap sails over the head of the quarterback, and Schultz hustles back and falls on top of the football back at the 45. That thing was shot out of a cannon right there and sailed over the head of the quarterback Klein. And on downs, Logan Elm will get the football, helped out by the errant snap. So a bit of a break there for Logan Elm here in this 3rd quarter. It has 8 minutes and 10 seconds to play in it.
So the first time that Bloom-Carroll has had possession and didn't end up with a touchdown in this game, they turn it over on downs.
So the Logan Elm offense will come onto the field. Quarterback Austin Holbrook in the first half, 7 of 13 for 76 yards. Aiden Hartley had 8 carries, but managed to pick up just 22 yards. The Bloom-Carroll defense have made a point of not letting him get involved in this game. Back to throw Holbrook. Now it's a quarterback draw, and he'll keep the football as he weaves his way into Bloom-Carroll territory and has some running room out across the 40-yard line of the Bulldogs. Ahead to the 37. It's a 1st down for Logan Elm.
Yeah, I'm not real sure what happened here on the defensive front. The nose tackle, Chambers, got buried by the center. Everybody else kind of is run up field, and that allowed Holbrook on the delay to find some open field. Biggest offensive run of the night for Logan Elm.
19 yards on the pickup by the quarterback Austin Holbrook. Came into the night with 248 yards rushing. Earlier game against Westfall this year, he was able to do some damage in the air. He was 18 of 28 against the Mustangs, 243 yards. Had a 3-touchdown night. Had a good game against Fairfield Union as well, too, 19 of 34. So he's got some ability to get the ball down the field. And he's trying to get the ball to Tyler Bowlby this time. Tried that little head-shoulder fake to get Bowlby to stop and go on the defensive back, but it doesn't work, and the ball sails out of bounds and complete.
Yeah, Devin Ash, he's too smart. Senior corner out there. A couple of tackles for loss. He's got an interception. He did not bite on the hitch and go. Got back there, got a hand on it, and it'll be 2nd down. That's one where, as the quarterback Holbrook, you almost have to read it and hope you have a secondary or a third option to go to, because when you see that corner not bite at all, you can't throw that football. Or if you do, you've got to underthrow it a little bit and back shoulder that throw to the wide receiver.
Logan Elm came into the night in Division 4, Region 15 of the computer rankings at number 23. Oh, my goodness, what a play. As Hartley took the handoff, right there to greet him was Lincoln Miller, the 5'10", 208-pound senior defensive end, one of the returning starters in this Bloom-Carroll defense, and he got to the football almost at the same time that it was handed to Aiden Hartley.
Yeah, Lincoln Miller, Aiden Schultz tied for the team lead in tackles for loss coming in. Add another one there to Lincoln Miller. This 3-4 defense, all three of these guys, Miller, Chambers, and Drury, have made plays in the backfield this evening. 3rd and long now for the Braves.
That play lost a couple back to the 39. It's a 3rd and 12. Boy, just that first step as well through that burst by Lincoln Miller. He got there in a hurry. 2 wides to the far side, a low snap, and Hartley or Holbrook will throw, trying to hit Bowlby on a crossing route at the 31-yard line. It's incomplete. That'll bring up a 4th down and 12. And let's see what Terry Holbert's mindset is here.
Yeah, Holbrook, the quarterback, got dumped by Drury just as he let go of the football, as Drury came virtually untouched from the far side of the formation. And you got to go for it here. You're down by 3 scores. You're on the plus side of the field. It's just going to be a tough pickup here. Offensive line has had a tough time protecting for a lengthy period of time tonight. They're going to have to here. Maybe get Holbrook on the move here and see if he can find something downfield. If he sits back in the pocket, might be tough.
6:43 remains. This is a 4th down and 12 here in the 3rd quarter. Holbrook rushes on now, needs to do something, gets the football away, and it's intercepted. It's taken away by Aiden Schultz, who's already got a rushing touchdown, and he might have a pick 6 here. He's to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, and he will saunter in for the touchdown on the pick 6. Aiden Schultz goes in from 65 yards out, and that might have been your basic knockout punch right there, increasing the lead to 34-7.
Well, I told you that they were going to have to protect. I don't know if they had maybe a wide receiver screen set up because they got through so quickly. It was Miller, the initial pressure, and then Schultz picks it off at the 35-yard line, and he knew exactly what to do with the football. His first defensive score of the year. Now, Marty, he didn't fly into the end zone that time. I'm a little disappointed. He left the showboat back in the first half, but he's got scores on both ends of the field now, offensively and defensively.
34-7. That's another D.R. Horton touchdown. D.R. Horton is America's builder. Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick by Rusty Hutchinson is up, and it is good. Bloom-Carroll on top, 35-7 over Logan Elm. This is Toyota Friday Night Rivals.
Around here, it's all or nothing. That's why your Toyota dealer has more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else, like the best-selling Toyota Camry or the stylishly advanced new Corolla. Now get 4.75 APR financing on a new 25 Corolla or Camry while supplies last, or lease a new 26 Corolla for $209 a month, or a Camry for just $279 a month, with 2 years no-cost maintenance included. Get all you need at your Toyota dealer now. Toyota, let's go places.
35-7 is the lead for Bloom-Carroll over Logan Elm. And Bloom-Carroll getting set to kick the football away. Don't forget, during the 4th quarter of tonight's game, we will be highlighting the school bus stop of the game. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. And again, we will have our school bus stop of the game coming up for you tonight during the 4th quarter. And I think we have a serious contender for that just a couple of moments ago here at Logan Elm High School. Hutchinson on the kick, and this is a low bounding kick that will be picked up by Kent. And he got near the 20, then gets rudely pushed backwards inside the 15-yard line. There were a couple of Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs down there in an absolute hurry, led by Carter Berta, a 6', 188-pound sophomore special teams performer. Maddox Byler over there to help out as well, too. And with 6 1/4 to go, 3rd quarter, Logan Elm will come back onto the field on offense.
You know, the one thing that you can't coach, you just have to get your players to buy into, and that's physicality. And we even see it right there on special teams. Not only did they make the hit, they made the stop, then everybody starts coming in there. They just continue to come at you in waves, in variety of ways, and it's all a tone setter by these 3 guys on the defensive line. When you've got 5 and you can't block 3, then that's going to be a problem for your offense.
Hartley, the running back. Holbrook back to throw. Fires. The pass is knocked away. Aiden Schultz has been all over the field tonight. That was a good job of pass coverage right there as they were trying to get the ball into the hands of Zane Zemer. And good job by Schultz of knocking that pass away.
I mean, just watch at home those three guys up front for Bloom-Carroll and the pressure that they get. They're quick off the ball. They're strong. And they are hard to stop, and it's making it very difficult right now for senior Austin Holbrook.
Second down and 10. And Holbrook trying to find somewhere to go with the football as a flag comes flying in. And on coverage that time, Bloom-Carroll had a number of guys. Weston Coppice got there in a hurry.
And Marty, if this isn't a hold, he might have got the face mask. Coppice might have hit the quarterback in the face mask, but we'll wait and see here. And I prefaced it by saying it might be a hold.
And it is a holding call against Logan Elm.
You know, the only thing, Marty, the only thing you can do is what we saw on that play and on the first down play last possession is play on their aggression a little bit. Right. And even that time, it looked like it was open, but then Coppice came in, forcing back into the interior of the defense, made the stop, then the hold. Now it's 1st and 20 or 2nd and 20. It's just piling up here on the Braves in this third quarter.
Terry Holbert, the head coach of Logan Elm, is in his 11th year here at Logan Elm with a mark of 48-62. It's interesting to note his prior stop was at Millersport, where he was the head coach. And while he was the head coach there, he managed to guide the Lakers out of a 48-game losing streak. Millersport, one of the smallest schools, and certainly in all of central Ohio. Low snap that Holbrook picks up. Now he's going to have to run for his life. His hit as he goes to throw, and the pass falls incomplete. Again, there was big pressure on him. And
Lincoln Miller.
There. Yeah, Lincoln Miller, who's been all over the place tonight as well, too. So, but I tell you, I think everyone who follows high school football in this area knows the struggles that Millersport has had at times, even fielding a team and going through a 48-game losing streak. And Terry Holbert able to end that while he was at Millersport. Says a little bit about his coaching ability.
Yeah, I mean, and you're seeing the fight right now out of Logan Elm as you look at Lincoln Miller, who's just making play after play. I mean, maybe that wasn't the wisest decision by Austin Holbrook to throw that ball back over the middle as he was being planted to the ground, but you can't deny the will and the want for Holbrook to still try and make plays for his team.
3rd down and 20, and they'll hand it off to Hartley, and he has a little bit of running room, but it ends up badly for him as he started to move back towards the middle of the field. David Mullen, one of the linebackers in that 5 linebacker look that they have in that 3-5 look, 6'2", 181-pound senior, got there with bad intentions.
Yeah, I think also Zach Chambers is going to be in there on the stop. There's Chambers getting him low. Mullen got him high. They just keep hitting you. They hit you hard.
Play gained out to the 14, but it's still 4th and long. And Hartley comes on to kick the football away. Snap wafts back to Hartley, gets off a high end-over-end kick and takes a decent Logan Elm roll. And Bloom-Carroll put their offense back onto the field with 5:07 to go here. Quarter number 3, all Bloom-Carroll in this one tonight. Bulldogs up on the Braves, 35-7. Thanks to Kroger Great Lakes Distribution Center. Tonight's game is streaming live on the ABC6 YouTube channel, the ABC6 Facebook page, the ABC6 News app, and yes, even on the CWColumbus.com. So you have options galore to watch our broadcast, and we are happy to have you with us here this evening. Todd Bell's in for the Hall of Famer Jeff Logan, Kellyanne Stitch. You can see her peeking around the corner over there on the Logan Elm side of the field, doing her usual fine job of keeping an eye on things. Handoff goes to Kyson Klein, and he just powers his way into Fairfield, or to a Logan Elm territory there as he knocked people out of the way against Fairfield Union. I was going to reference that game where he carried the ball 33 times. He had 29 carries against Amanda, had 11 at the break here. But as we've been diagramming for you tonight, you can just turn and give him the football, and that's just going to wear defense down in a great big hurry. Picked up 8 on that carry.
Blake Summers, 5'11", 175 pounds, holding on for dear life.
4.5 remains to be played here in quarter number 3. This game was tied at 7, but Bloom-Carroll with 28 unanswered points, including 2 big plays, a punt return and a pick 6. And here's Kyson Klein trying to tightrope the sideline, but steps out of bounds in front of the Logan Elm bench. This is the division game in the Mid-State League, this Buckeye division, which will see the league, the Mid-State League, have the Buckeye division go back to a full complement of 8 teams. Logan has announced that they are joining the Mid-State League. Now, it's interesting because Logan just a couple of years ago entered the Ohio Capital Conference. Spent a couple of years. They're going to be OCC members for the next year or so. But I think when you start looking at distance, you start looking at competitiveness, you start looking at enrollment sizes, I just don't know that Logan was the right fit for the OCC. It's a much, much better fit for the Mid-State.
There was a lot of heads turned when the decision was made for Logan to make that jump, and it didn't take him long to flip back.
Here's Kyson Klein running through one tackle attempt, running through another, and now running through the defense towards the end zone, to the 10, to the 5, and he will head towards the far side and get in. Touchdown. 34 yards on the score. Kyson Klein with another D.R. Horton touchdown. D.R. Horton is America's builder, and we are in running clock territory here in the second half of this game.
Once he got to the corner, something we haven't had a chance to see tonight, he's got a little extra speed as well. And they're going to get a hold of him from about the 5, and there's no chance. He's just going to find his way into the end zone. I'm telling you, Marty, this guy in the playoffs, when we get into October, November, he's going to be a difference maker in games. There's no question.
Extra point attempt upcoming from Rusty Hutchinson. Snap is good. The hold is good. Hutchinson's kick is up, and it is good. 4:11 to go in quarter number 3, and Bloom-Carroll, by the same average score they have won the last 9 meetings of this series, 42-7. That's their lead right now here in quarter number 3 of this Mid-State League Buckeye Division tilt tonight here at Logan Elm High School. Next week, we are back with you for another big game across the area. Really looking forward to this one next week. We will be out at Granville for this matchup between 2 powerhouse teams in the Licking County League, Licking Valley and Granville. The Blue Aces and the Panthers are going to tee it up next Friday night, and we'll be out in Licking County at Granville. Always a great place to watch a high school football game. Really looking forward to that one. We'll have it for you next week. Jeff Logan, Kellyanne Stitz, myself will be there for you, and we'll have it for you next Friday night. And speaking of the aforementioned and one and only Kellyanne Stitz, let's say hello to her again this evening.
Guys, Coach Holbert is proud of the way that his guys lead on the field and in the school. A handful of his players are involved in the Fellowship of Christian Athletes organization. And he said when he walked by, they hold their sessions during their Friday lunch periods. And when he walked by, he said he saw his players leading the discussion and the Bible study for an upwards of 40 kids.
Connor Kent on the return out across the 20 and is wrestled down to the turf at about the 21-yard line. Yeah, there easy. A little bit of pushing and shoving going on during that play. Some big hits laid out right there. And Kellyanne, that's a great point you bring up, and because I think these days there's so much focus on the mental part of athletics and especially football, about how players handle different things. And in this area of the cesspool known as social media, you can find so many negative things.
Marty, there has been such an emphasis in the last 5 or so years, I think really since COVID, that coaches have done a great job of the off-the-field stuff, whether it's what Kellyanne was just talking about, whether it's volunteering in your community. I see it a lot at the small college level that I work on and work at. There's so much emphasis. There's a lot that goes on in between the lines. There's even more outside the lines that people never know about. And it's really important in terms of growing these young athletes.
First down for Logan Elm, and this first down here in the third quarter, is brought to you by Brakes for Less. That's where the 4 was coming into all this. Brakes for Less, sponsoring our first downs here in quarter number 3. 42-7. Again, we're in the running clock now of this second half with Bloom-Carroll up by 35 points with the clock moving at 2:35 left. You and I, we've covered a lot of high school football. It's always a topic of discussion. Do you like the running clock in the second half of games?
Yeah, I think it's necessary in a lot of ways.
Here's a toss. This is Hartley. Stops, puts his foot down, tries to get back to the outside. And again, just too many Bulldogs in the area to try and find the edge, as Hartley with the running room that has been very few and far between his carries tonight, trying to get the football free. Don't forget to get caught up with what is happening with your favorite high school team. You can watch FNR Scores. That comes up on Fox 28 right after the game tonight. It's sponsored by D.R. Horton. D.R. Horton is America's builder.
Yeah, you look at a game like this tonight as they get ready for this third down play, and as physical as Bloom-Carroll has been, you've got a young, inexperienced team.
And an incomplete pass as, again, trying to get the football in the hands of Tyler Bowlby.
It doesn't serve anybody any good to have this score end up being 65 or 70 points, because Bloom-Carroll, not that they're not they've scored on every possession but one. They have an interception return. They have a punt return for touchdown. It's just going to continue to pile up if the clock never stops. It's just for the good of everybody to have this type of situation. I mean, nobody was coming back and winning when you're down by 30 points in the fourth quarter, typically.
Here's the punt by Hartley, and it will sail out of bounds. And there have been rare occasions where that has happened, but we've all seen it in football. But I think a lot of times, too, your eyes will tell you exactly what you were seeing.
Right.
You're not being fooled by anything right now.
Right, absolutely. And both coaches have respect for each other, and they know how they're going to play this thing out the rest of the way. And it still is an opportunity to get some second unit guys out there, although it looks like you see still a lot of dirty jerseys out there right now for the Bulldogs, including that guy, Keyshawn Klein. But, he's having a huge night tonight. They had a $140, couple of scores. He's probably got one more series left in him, and then he'll be able to take the rest of the night off.
This first down sponsored by Breaks for Less. As the clock rolls, it will be Keyshawn Klein trying to again find the edge, and again just runs through tackle attempts and is finally brought down from behind as he powered into the secondary in a first down gain from the 49-yard line to the 39.
For a split second, I thought this series was going to be one play, and he checks out.
And that will do it, Todd, for quarter number 3 here at Logan Elm. It's all Bloom-Carroll tonight. The Bulldogs on top of the Logan Elm Braves looking for their 10th straight win in this Buckeye Division rivalry series. Big plays on both sides of the ball for Bloom-Carroll. They lead Logan Elm on Toyota Friday Night Rivals. This sneak peek at the Logan Elm Marching Band is sponsored by Music Go Round. Check out their locations at 2630 Bethel Road, as well as inside the Stone Ridge Plaza in Gahanna. The Music Go Round Marching Band spotlight on the Logan Elm Band. A great performance at halftime tonight. Welcome back to Logan Elm. Marty Bannister, Todd Bell, Kellyanne Stitz. 42-7 is the lead for Bloom-Carroll as we start quarter number 4. We are into the running clock portion of the game and running towards the end zone and going in from Bloom-Carroll for the touchdown from 40 yards out. The speed guy in their offense, one of his first touches of the night, that's Colton Butcher, and he cruises in for the score, his third rushing touchdown of the season, and Bloom-Carroll has crossed the half 100 mark. An impressive night for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, good vision there, able to bounce it to the outside, found the little crease. Look at the offensive lineman, still trying to chug downfield, pick up one extra block for Butcher. Gets his third touchdown of the season, and they continue to add to their lead. I love to see those offensive linemen, even though they couldn't catch Butcher, they were still hustling downfield.
They close in on that half 100 mark. They've got 48 right now as the extra point attempt upcoming from the very busy Rusty Hutchinson. Colton Butcher with the touchdown run. The extra point attempt is on the way, and the extra point attempt is good. 42 unanswered points by Bloom-Carroll, and they are running away and hiding in this one. They lead Logan Elm 49-7 on Toyota Friday Night Rivals. The Buckeyes return home to Battle of Minnesota Golden Gophers, and the football fever on ABC6 is the perfect play to get you ready for tomorrow night's kickoff. Watch the football fever bright and early tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock, only on ABC6. The smiling face of Kellyanne Stitz will be one of those individuals bringing you that show tomorrow. Buckeyes at home. Everybody wants a home night game. Well, you get one tomorrow night. Never understand all the complaints about that, but that's just me.
9 a.m. Let's kick it off. Let's go. Just waiting around all day.
That's almost every coach will tell you. Here's the kick to the far side. This is Kent at the 20, 25. Has a little room along the 35 to the 40-yard line, and is brought down. We mentioned Kellyanne Stitz, part of that The Football Fever broadcast crew. You like those night games, Kellyanne? You a big fan of those 7:30 kicks?
You know what, Marty? Honestly, for my workflow, considering we have our pregame show from 11 to noon, I love the noon kicks. You can just go right into it, get it done. I'm sick of talking about the game. I want to see what happens in the game so we can talk about that and break that down. But everybody wanted the night games. Look, I wanted a night game against Texas. That would have been fun, right?
Well, it's all about you, Kelly. It's all about you.
I think I'm not the only one on that in that boat.
I'll never forget back to my Ohio Dominican days. We had a night game 3 coaches ago, and I say, hey, what do you think about these night games? And he says, Todd, I'd kick it off at 9 o'clock in the morning if I could. Let's just get it over with.
Here's a errant snap. The ball's loose in the field and covered by Logan Elm as the snap got behind the running back who was trying to find some room. That was Aiden Hudson in there at that running back spot. Clock continues to spin as we go under 7.5 left to play.
The worst part about a night game for the smaller schools, what do you do during the day when you're on the road? You got to check out of your hotel early. You sit around the lobby or you go find some place to hang out before you head to the stadium at 3:30 for your 7 o'clock game. Just play it. Move along.
Well, you know what you do. You watch The Football Fever on ABC6. That's exactly what
not
you
if I'm
do.
in Michigan. I can't see it.
That's why they have the ABC6 News app.
That's right. I forgot about that. I'm new to these
short
parts.
games. Yes, you are. You'll figure it
I'll
out
get
at some
it.
point. Yeah, gain out to the 33-yard line as we go under 7 minutes left in the game. This was 7-7 back in the first quarter, but Bloom-Carroll started to separate from the Braves. They had some big plays. There was the punt return by Rusty Hutchinson. The 2 touchdowns by Aiden Schultz, one on offense, the other a pick 6. And the big night by Kyson Klein running the football, and Bloom-Carroll well on their way to their 5th victory of the season.
Oh, what a catch!
In traffic, Zane Zemer with a whale of a catch as Holbrook was trying to find somewhere to go with the football, and he managed to find a receiver who just kind of drifted into the middle of the field. There were Bulldogs around him, but he made a great catch. Watch it here.
Tell me this doesn't have a backyard feel to it, right? Quarterback's going to run, gets crushed. Zemer one hands, makes the catch. Wow, only his 2nd grab of the season. And again, the gutsiness of Austin Holbrook to hang in there and make that throw.
While we have this opportunity, let's check out our Middlefield Bank play of the game. Middlefield Bank, it is, of course, your everything bank with 6 locations in Central Ohio.
Marty Rusty Hutchison takes this punt return, weaves his way, got to the far side, ended up with a convoy. Braves nowhere in sight. And that was just one of the big plays of many tonight by this Bloom-Carroll team, both offensively, defensively, special teams.
Holbrook with the football as he gets across the 40-yard line, deeper into Bloom-Carroll territory as the clock continues to roll under the 5:10 mark here in this 4th quarter. We were mentioning earlier how Logan is joining the Mid-State League. They'll become members of the Buckeye Division. That includes, of course, the 2 schools playing in this game tonight, along with Amanda Clear Creek, Circleville, Fairfield Union, Hamilton Township, and Liberty Union. There is a lot of growth in the aforementioned communities. Bloom-Carroll certainly experiencing a lot of growth in that area. Hamilton Township's another one.
Yeah.
Todd, there's a lot of growth in that community right now, too, and you wonder how much longer it might be before they start sniffing greener pastures, so to speak.
Well, it's interesting. Logan's a Division II team, so you kind of understand why there'd be some apprehension of the Division III, Division IV schools in the Mid-State Buckeye to welcome Logan back in. Logan has struggled specifically in football. They're 0-6 so far this year.
1-9 last year.
It's tough sledding in the OCC Capital for them. It's not like they're going to come in to this conference in a couple of years and then just take it over. There's good football programs here. It will allow Logan an opportunity to kind of regain itself a little bit, plus it'll add another good quality program to this conference.
Here's Holbrook to throw far side, and a nice catch by Zemer, who's had a big 4th quarter here, and he turns downfield inside the 30 towards the 25-yard line. The ball popped out.
Yeah,
Bloom-Carroll says it's
it.
theirs. Robert Williams comes out of the pack holding the pigskin.
I don't think they're going to get it, though.
No, I don't think so either. That was the other thing that the folks at Logan emphasized when word got out that they were discussing this move. They said simply, hey, we feel we were competitive. It's not about being competitive or a lack thereof. We just feel we're a better fit in this league with schools of this size.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of decisions have to be made sometime. And you feel for Logan a little bit because they are kind of in no man's land when it comes to their size in Division II as to where to go. And it looks like the OCC just didn't fit for them.
2nd down here as Holbrook goes back to throw. Now lofts this one towards the end zone and a catch for a touchdown. Tyler Bowlby with his 4th touchdown reception of the season. A good throw by Holbrook and the touchdown pass from 25 yards out. And Logan Elm on the board now trailing 49-13.
Watch Holbrook. He's going to look fake pitch right, look right, comes back his 2nd read. Had a step on the defender that time. And Tyler Bowlby had a catch early in this game, comes down with a touchdown grab.
Pretty good throw by Holbrook there. His 8th touchdown pass of the season. Had one earlier in the game to Summers. Extra point attempt is on the way, and it angles past the American flag pole and up and good. 49-14 is now the score with Bloom-Carroll on top. Let's take a look now at tonight's school bus stop of the game. Always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Not stopping or trying to beat the stop arms puts lives at risk and can result in large fines, points on your license, and license suspension.
This is the school bus stop of the game. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
12 here in the 3rd quarter. Holbrook rushes on now, needs to do something, gets the football away, and it's intercepted. It's taken away by Aiden Schultz, who's already got a rushing touchdown, and he might have a pick six here. He's to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, and he will saunter in for the touchdown. Holbrook rushes on now, needs to do something, gets the football away, and it's intercepted. It's taken away by Aiden Schultz, who's already got a rushing touchdown, and he might have a pick six here. He's to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, and he will saunter in for the touchdown on the pick six, Aiden Schultz.
This is the school bus stop of the game. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
One of the many big plays that will give Bloom-Carroll a chance to take the orb home at the end of the game tonight. That's one of the things you haven't had a chance to see presented at the end of a game. It's a big, big celebration out the middle of the field. Kellyanne will be out there to present the orb to the winning team, which will be Bloom-Carroll in this one tonight. Now, poor Kellyanne, she's been out there at times. She's been doused with Gatorade. She has been out there freezing. And she takes it for the team, does a great job out there.
That's one where you hand it off and then you run as fast as you can. Get out of dodge.
Most of the time she's surrounded by about 70 players, so it's kind of hard to take off and run, isn't it, Kellyanne?
I wouldn't trade it for the world, man. I love my job down here through the inclement weather, through the Gatorade victory showers. I'll take it any day. It's so fun down here.
Well, you do a fantastic job, and we're glad you're with us each and every Friday night here on the CW for our Toyota Friday Night Rivals game. Bloom-Carroll with the football. They'll go into the victory formation, and that will do it here tonight as the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs will pick up a victory, their 10th straight in this series with Logan Elm. And with the victory, Bloom-Carroll will take the victory and improve to 5-2 on the season, and more importantly, 4-0 in the Buckeye division of the Mid-State League, and they're keeping a close eye on that Hamilton Township Circleville game, which at last check had leveled up at 35 all between those two Buckeye division powers. And with the stretch of games that Bloom-Carroll has ahead of them coming up, Jeremy McKinney's football team is going to walk out of this one feeling pretty good about themselves. They have 4-2 St. Clairsville next week on the road. Then they go to Hamilton Township, and then they close up with Jay Sherritt's Circleville Tigers to wrap up this 2025 regular season. Bloom-Carroll came into the game tonight in Division III Region 11 as the number 9 seed, which gets them in. Again, this year, 12 teams make the playoffs in each region. This one is final tonight. Bloom-Carroll wins it. The Bulldogs go to 5-2 and 4-0 in the Buckeye division of the Mid-State League. Logan Elm falls to 1-6. And 1-3 in the league. Obviously, a lot of things go well for Jeremy McKinney's football team, but I think it's fair to say as well, too, Todd, Terry Holbert's Logan Elm team, there are a lot of things to build on with this football program.
They came out and they played hard. Remember, the game was all tied at 7. They had a really good drive. Their second possession tied the game up. Bloom-Carroll, though, a little bit too veteran, a little too savvy, and a young team that we said in the open, getting better. They're gaining experience. This is one where you kind of learn from it. And I think you learn from how Bloom-Carroll played the game tonight, their physicality. That's what Logan Elm needs to try to get their level to.
And you look at some of the talent they'll have coming back next year. Holbrook's a junior. Hartley, the running back's a freshman. Connor Kent is a sophomore. So there are a lot of things, certainly, that Terry Holbert and Corey Heater and his staff, they can build on looking ahead to that 2026 campaign. There is certainly some talent in the pipeline, and they have known that for a while, that these kids were coming to this program. And again, this is a Logan Elm team. They've been to the playoffs each of the last 3 years going into the season.
Yeah, they can just try and finish the season up here, keep the spirits up high. They came off that win last week, played hard for a quarter and a half here tonight. And you've just got to try and keep the group together and say, hey, we got to keep building to the end of the season.
And again, Bloom-Carroll wins it again by the final 49-14. Kellyanne Stitz surrounded by some happy Bulldogs and head coach Jeremy McKinney.
Coach McKinney, congratulations. You guys have improved to 4-0 in league play with a convincing win. How proud are you of your team tonight?
I thought they played very hard, and we came out in the second half and were able to finish, and that was something we wanted to correct from previous games. I thought we were able to do that.
You guys were able to score in all 3 phases. What impressed you most tonight?
Our effort. I thought from start to finish we came out ready to play, and again, we wanted to finish what we started, and we were able to tonight.
Your defensive line made their quarterback very uncomfortable. They were relentless. How proud are you of their effort? And all season long, you guys have had a great defense.
Yeah, they do a great job flying to the football. I mean, that says a lot when we can only rush 3 guys and still get back there. So that's a credit to Coach Cheek and all of our defensive linemen.
You guys had a balanced attack, but how fun was it to coach a guy like Kyson Klein, who he didn't look tired out there?
Well, I don't know if I'd say that, but he does run the ball very hard.
Well, Well, thank you. Congratulations. I'm going to present you guys with the Friday Night Rivals trophy that your son is proudly holding right there. Again, congratulations, guys.
And right in the middle of all that, Rusty Hutchinson, you can see him there smiling. Big night for that young man tonight. There are the numbers, the dominating numbers for Bloom-Carroll tonight. They did force one turnover in this game, 302 yards to 198 for Logan Elm, and the Braves really had a tough time getting anything sustained against this Bloom-Carroll defense. And when you score in all three phases, you're a hard football team to beat.
Yeah, absolutely. They did it, as you said, all three phases of the game. And, Marty, they're getting better as the season is going along. They're starting to find some traction right now. Division III Region 11 is a very difficult region. There's a lot of good teams. I would not want to play Bloom-Carroll come week 11, 12, or 13.
Especially the way they can run the football.
Yes,
that's a big part of
absolutely.
what they do. Pleasure, my friend. Thanks for pinch hitting tonight.
Loved it. Thank you.
Again, the final score tonight, Bloom-Carroll rolls past Logan Elm by the count of 49-14. That's a wrap for this edition of Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, presented to you by D.R. Horton. We're back next Friday night for a big game out in the Licking County League when Licking Valley heads to Granville. On behalf of Todd Bell, Kellyanne Stitz, our statistician Jason Van Hoos, our producer Dean Marini, and our entire CW Columbus production crew, I'm Marty Banham. Once again, our final score tonight here at Logan Elm, Bloom-Carroll 49, Logan Elm 14. So long, everyone.
Tonight's broadcast of Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, presented by D.R. Horton, is sponsored by these businesses.
I saw you saying, I'm like, oh, yeah, take it.
Yeah, thank you. This was the first night we brought him out to be a water boy.
That's awesome.
So so this is all new to him. So now you gave him a memory forever at this point. Yeah.
Oh, special. Okay. Coach McKinney, congratulations. You guys improved to 4-0 in league play with a convincing win over Logan Elm. How proud are you of your team's effort?
I'm really proud. Again, like we had talked about, we earlier in the year we had some moments where we kind of faltered late. So our goal tonight was to finish what we started.
Your defensive has been impressive all year, and their defensive line really created some havoc for their quarterback tonight. What did you like from them?
They're relentless. They're relentless. Coach Cheek does a great job, and the fact that we can get pressure by really just sending three most of the time is a credit to those guys.
You guys were able to score in all three phases. What does that say about your team?
That we finally played a complete game. To be honest with you, we've been close a couple times special teams wise. So tonight that we finally got over that, and then even scored on defense. So when you do that, things are going well.
Well, congratulations. Enjoyed this one tonight, Coach McKinney.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.